Kia ora and welcome to Day 3, Session 6, the finals of the 2025 Apollo Projects New Zealand Swimming Championships. My name's Stephen Ken. I'm here with Matthew Hutchings, 2016 Olympian. Matt, some good solid swims this morning, some good finals we're going to have tonight, starting off with the women's 400 freestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a long heat session this morning, lots of 400s in there, so probably the same as we saw earlier in the week, maybe swimmers holding back, but straight into it with our three girls, with Erica, Caitlin and Eve in that 400. One of those spots is available for that World Aquatics Championships.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. We then move into the male 400 freestyle. We'll have Louis Clark back in the water trying to get another freestyle title. He'll be up against Brendan Visser, who had a really good heat swim this morning. We also have our multi-class 400 freestyle as well in the male and female. We then move on to the 100 backstroke in the females, a really tight race with the Coast Swim Club, Milan Glidmeyer, Amber George, Savannah Eve Martin. That'll be a good race.
Yeah, and all three girls not only close to that World Aquatics A Cup, but also that national record, which we were talking about before, stood since that Supersuit era, since 2009. So it would be great to see one of those records full here tonight. I think we've been waiting for that kind of spark here this weekend, so that could be the race.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting one. And then into the males this morning, Ariel Maturahondo getting the World Junior Standard again. Tapaki from North Wave, 14-year-old age group record. And Kane Follows leading into the A final as well. So that'll be another good race to watch. We then move on to the 50 back for the multi-class this morning. The Storewater Para Swimming in New Zealand, Cameron Leslie going under his World Para qualification standard, so it'll be good to see him racing here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see him still coming along to these meets, doing that 50 backstroke, making sure he gets his time, so hopefully he can go a little bit faster there tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Then we've got the 200 breaststrokes this evening in the male and female. Should be some good races there this morning. Josh Wilmer in the SB8 category broke his New Zealand record. Won't be swimming that tonight, but great for him to back up and get another record for his category. We then move on to the 50 butterfly for the women this morning. Hazel Auerhand under the World Aquatics A time. Zoe Pedersen, New Zealand 18-year-old age group record, 0.02 off the senior World Aquatics time, and then Laura Coulter not too far away either, so that'll be a really good one. Yeah,
absolutely. It kind of mirrors our 400 freestyle for the women heat as well. We've got three swimmers, one's already on the time. Those next two are really racing for that World Aquatics spot, and again, Laura Coulter, great story with this comeback. Can she make that World Champs team tonight?
Yeah, that's right. And in the men's 50 fly race, Jack Hendy takes the top spot. He went 23.99 this morning, so that'll be good to see how that event tracks. We then also have the multi-class 50 butterfly. Asher Smith-Franklin this morning. He's swimming some amazing butterfly, broke his New Zealand record again, so really excited to see what he does there. And then to finish off the evening, we will have our 4x200 freestyle relay for the male and females as well. So sit back, enjoy at home, poolside. Let's get cheering for our athletes and let's have a great evening.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Day 3, Session 6, our finals. Let's welcome to the pool deck our officials for this evening's session. This evening, referee for the male, Greg Forsyth. Referee for the females, Ron Clark. The starter for the males, Joe Russell. Starter for the females, Alan Hale. And our technical director, Diane Farmer. Officials can now be seated.
And before we get underway with our racing tonight, we have a few more special awards to hand out from our 2024 Swimming New Zealand Awards. Our first award for this evening is the Domestic Swimmer of the Year, which is presented to a swimmer who has excelled in New Zealand competitions during the 2024 calendar year. The winner for this year is Helena Gasson from Coast. Helena receives this award for her strong performances at both the 2024 Apollo Project Swimming Championships and the 2024 Apollo Project Short Course Championships, where she achieved short course World Aquatics A times across 3 events in the 100 backstroke, 100 medley and 50 butterfly. This is her second time winning this award. Awards tonight are handed out by Swimming New Zealand President Ron Clark. Our second award for this evening is the Domestic Coach of the Year, which is presented to a coach who has excelled in New Zealand during the 2024 calendar year. Our winner this year is Michael Weston from Coast. Michael receives this award for his coaching achievements of Coast Swimming Club across the 2024 National Championships and individual performance by his swimmers at these events. This is the second consecutive year Michael has received this award. Our next award is for the International Para Coach of the Year, which is presented to a coach of the para swimmer with the most outstanding international performance of the 2024 calendar year. This year's winner is Tom Onley from Whangarei. Tom receives his award for his coaching of Cameron Leslie at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games, where Cameron made the final win in all 4 of his events, including 2 fourth-place finishes. This is the 3rd consecutive year Tom has received this award. Our next award is for the Domestic Para Coach of the Year, which is presented to the coach who has excelled in New Zealand during the 2024 calendar year. And this year's winner is Todd Mason from Vikings. Todd receives this award for his coaching of para swimmers in 2024, most notably Gabby Smith as she qualified for the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. This is Todd's first time receiving this award. And we have our final award, another award, the Zonal Emerging Swimmer of the Year. These awards are presented by the Swimming New Zealand alumni to up-and-coming swimmers from each of the 4 zones and a para swimmer who has excelled in the qualifying period. The Aquanite Zone Emerging Swimmer of the Year is Milana Tapper from St. Peter's.
We'll be back with racing after a short break. Welcome back, and the first of our finals this evening is the Event 18, the Women's 400 metre Freestyle 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, from North Canterbury Swim Club, Shay Jackson. In lane 2, from Hamilton Aquatics, Holly McDonald. Lane 3, Olivia Bates, North Shore Swimming. Lane 4, Alexis Busini, North Shore Swimming. Lane 5, North Shore Swimming, Kaiser Busini. Lane 6, Freya Hingston, United Swimming Club. Lane 7, Isabella Davrin, Mount Maunganui Swimming. And in lane 8, Anna McLaren, Trojan Swim Club. Close across the field here in the 17 and 18-year-old age group final this evening. They'll be pushing to make sure they put in a good one here ahead of the A final, racing for that national title.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 of these girls entered tonight with a 4:32, led by the Busini twins there from North Shore. And as we go through the first 50, it will be Kezia Busini leading the way, 30.46. Obviously the key here not to let the race get ahead of you too early here. 8 laps of the pool, making sure that speed's still up there, but also maintaining good control as the race develops.
Always interesting to see what tactics come out now. 400 freestyles, obviously in the middle of the pool. 3 North Shore swimmers. And have they all got the same race plan? Is it all different? Is it tailored to them? Obviously training partners as well, so that's always going to be a great one next week when all of a sudden they get back to the training pool, and the right of who's best in this 400 is always a good amount of fun.
And taking that even further, I'm sure Alexis and Kezia there probably don't even get much of a break from just being training partners, head home tonight after this race as well, so I'm sure there's a little bit of bragging rights on the table there as well.
Yeah, that's right, as we head to this 150 mark now. Alexis in the lead, 0.2 of a second. This is going to be a great race between the sisters. We'll wait to see if there's any attacks coming from the outsider lanes. Last night, lane 6 and 7 were running hot all through the finals, so it'll be good to see what tactics come into play as we head to the halfway mark.
Yeah, and both the Businis looking good here in the middle of the pool. Obviously heading back towards the start end, they are both breathing together. It almost seems to be playing into their hands a little bit. Alexis inching out that lead ever so slightly, but on that one, Kezia coming back at her. So it's almost when they're looking at each other, they both pick up that speed just that tiny bit. But I think setting themselves up nicely here, Olivia Bates, the other North Shore swimmer, in the middle in lane 3, and Holly McDonald of Hamilton Aquatics looking very, very nice, that top 4. Leading the way here, coming up to 150 metres to go. Really where you start to try to bring those legs in, really making sure that stroke rate's where you want it to be.
Yeah, good tight race right now this morning. 4:32 in the middle lanes was the fastest for this event coming in. So it'll be good to see if they can make a good improvement. Search for those little PBs. Always great to practice racing finals here in New Zealand. That's why the 17, 18-year-olds are here with our Open Championships.
Yeah,
so,
as we've just been watching this race, it looks like Holly McDonald of Hamilton Aquatics has really timed this third 100 really, really well. She's really putting herself in front along with Olivia Bates as well, really inching up. Alexis Busini still hanging on there, but Holly McDonald 0.3 of a second faster through that. You can just tell her stroke rate's that little bit higher, still not overdoing it on the kick right now, but really relying on that stroke rate to get her moving through the water.
Also keep an eye out there on lane number 7, Isabella Davrin. She's looking across to those girls on this 750. She's wanting to make her way through the field as well, but it's getting nice and tight now. Looks to me like, Holly McDonald just coming through. No, Olivia Bates holding on to a little lead there for the North Shore Club.
Yeah, and going to be a really exciting finish here to our 400. Always great when these longer races come down to a little bit of a sprint to the finish. Really going to have to dig deep. Olivia Bates has done a great job to get herself in front into this last 50 sprint, but I think Holly McDonald ever so slightly in front as they swim past us here.
Back comes Alexis Busini though. In that lane 4, Olivia Bates, Alexis Busini. 3 metres to go. It is Olivia Bates, 4:29.01. In second place, Alexis Busini, 4:29.10, 0.09.2, spreading those first 3 places. That's a great race by those young women. And we wait for that A final where there is a couple of 17, 18-year-olds to see where they end up on the leaderboard.
Yeah, and as you see that replay, not often you see these 400s come down to a 3-way finish just like that. All swimmers lunging to that wall. at the same time. 0.16 between first and third there. All about timing on that finish.
As we wait for the official results to come up on our scoreboard, there they are. Olivia Bates taking that win, 4:29.01. We head now to the A final. In lane 1, Brooke Bennett, Jazzy Swim Club. Lane 2, Amelia Finer, Neptune Swim Club. Lane 3, Eve Thomas, Coast Swimming Club. Lane 4 from the North Shore Swimming Club, Erica Fairweather. Lane 5, Caitlin Deans, Neptune Swimming Club. In lane 6, Alyssa Tapper, St. Peter's Swimming Club. Lane 7, Neve Tasika, Ngātai Tuatea Atararika Swimming. And in lane 8 from Hamilton Aquatics, Sophie Hay. The battle we had in the 800 freestyle between Erica, Eve and Caitlin was a great swim on our first evening, so let's hope they can continue the battle. We also have in lane 6 Alyssa Tapper, who recently has qualified or met the qualifying standard for the World Junior Championships, so she'll be one to watch in this race as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the main three in the middle, but Alyssa Tapper right there. A really good position to be in, swimming next to Caitlin Deans. Maybe pull her through to a faster time. But I think all eyes here will be on seeing what sort of time Erica Fairweather can put forward. We've seen a number of swimmers on the world stage go under that 4-minute barrier this year. So that medal chance at the World Aquatics Championships later this year, it's probably going to take a 3:59, if not faster, to make it. She has been under before, but she'll be wanting to try and get down to that 3:58 later this year, and she has the front end speed to do it. It's just where she'll be tonight.
Her New Zealand record sits at 3:59.44, which she achieved last year. She's gone through in 58.78. Eve Thomas in second, 59.71. And as we predicted, Caitlin Dean's not far behind in 60.07. So really good start by these young women. It's great to see this battle continue, hopefully all through the week as well.
Yeah, and obviously Eve Thomas swam this event at the Paris Olympic Games last year. She was our second representative, so we know she's got the ability. Tends to be a little bit sharper over that 200, 400, 800 distance. Caitlin Deans over that 800 and 500, but as we saw in that 800, really came down to a sprint at the finish. Caitlin Deans looked like she had that little bit extra, so I'm sure, again, they'll be looking across the pool at each other. She'll back herself to take Eve on over that last 50 metres. For those two, 4:10.23 is the time we're looking for. That a World Aquatics qualifying standard.
2 minutes, 0.4 for Erica Fairweather through the 200. Eve Thomas, 2:02.99. Caitlin Deans, 2:03.11. I think we're going to have another nail biter in this second 200. Alyssa Tapper, let's keep track of her, 2:06.06 through her 200. She's hanging in there with those more senior females, so that's great for her to see her up there. But it is Erica Fairweather at the 250 mark, making a breakaway now.
Yeah, and Eve done a really good job there from that halfway mark, taking that split down under that 32-second mark. Erica sitting nicely in those 30-point ship. Probably the goal here, maintain anything under 31 as much as she can, coming around that 4:01, 4:02 mark. Eve and Caitlin coming back together here. It almost seems as they come back towards the start end, Caitlin's looking across the pool. She makes that little bit of a push. We saw her have a great last 100 in that 800 2 nights ago. As she starts to wind it up, Eve really pushed it from halfway. That gap is closed just that little bit more now.
0.3 is the difference between Eve and Caitlin. As we head into this last 100, this is getting spicy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get behind our female athletes here tonight to start off this night with a great hiss and a roar. Erica Fairweather with 50 metres to swim. We know she's going to get under that qualifying time again, but can we get these next two under the time? Eve Thomas holding on to that second place for now. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a great sprint to the finish. Erica probably looking to bring that down. She's looking nice and strong, really going to start bringing that legs in. She's very good over the last 50. Eve breathing away from Caitlin. Caitlin breathing towards Eve. It's going to be a great last 25. Both of them really kicking up a storm here.
It will be Erica Fairweather with the win. Let's look at her time. 4:03.06. That's a good swim. It looks like Eve Thomas going to claim that silver. And she does it. 4:08.05. Another great battle. Alyssa Tepper. 4:15.76. That puts her under that World Junior qualifying standard again. A great race by our first four females there. Some really good swimming.
As we see the replay there, not much changes from that stroke all the way through that 400 metres for Erica Fairweather. Nice and strong, nice and flat, very consistent. We see the final results. All three of our swimmers there under that World Aquatics qualifying time. Steve will have a quick word with Erica and find out her thoughts on the race.
Erica, congratulations, another national title in the 400 metres, 4:03. How did you find that swim tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was a 400 free. Felt really good this morning, felt a bit harder tonight, but yeah, it's all right.
Good to go through that process, learn when the good ones and the bad ones, and then go back and review and sort of how it tracked, what was feeling as you're going through towards the World Champs?
Absolutely, I think it's important just to look back and see where we can improve on in the next few months.
Awesome, and then once again, you know, the females around you all swimming well, even Alyssa Tapper in the World Juniors. It's good to see our women's 400 free in a really good place right now.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, I love 400 free. It's got a special place in my heart, so it's awesome to see the new ones coming through.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Erica Fairweather, 400 free title.
And we move now to introduce your finalists in Event 112, the Women's 400 Freestyle Multi-Class. In Lane 1, Mackenzie Drage, Aquagym. In Lane 2, Brooke Anderson, Vikings. Lane 3, Melissa Donahue, Hamilton Aquatics. Lane 4, Chloe Gladwin, Whakatane Swimming. In 5, Lily Fox Mason, Whananui. In Lane 6, Amber Proudfoot, Aquagym. And in Lane 7, Millie Long, Selwyn. And they are underway here tonight for this 400 freestyle. Leading us out in Lane 4, Chloe Gladwin. She's having a really good meet. This meet, we've seen her take out every race she's been in so far. Next to her in Lane 5, Whananui's Lily Fox Mason, our Paris 2026 Paralympian. Lily Fox tonight looking for around a 4:56.08 for that World Para Series for that S10 classification. Chloe Gladwin, that 4:54 is her national record for the S19, so that's a couple of times to keep our eye on here as this race moves along.
Yeah, great to see almost a full heat here for our multi-class females in this 400. 3 athletes in our S8 category, 2 in our S10 category. Chloe in the S19 and Melissa Donahue in our S18 class. So Really great to see the range of our athletes all trying to improve themselves through this 400 metre. Chloe Gladwin taking out that first 100 in 1:11.25. We are fortunate tonight to have with us the President of the International Paralympic Committee, Mr. Andrew Parsons. So that's great to have him here watching our multi-class athletes, and pretty special that he will also be presenting some of our medals and awards halfway through the session. So thank you for being here. As Chloe Gladwin goes through that 150 mark in a 1:49.78. Let's see what... we'll track a little bit of her split, see how she's tracking as we go through there. Trying to find her pacing right. I'm sure her and her coach have been strategizing. The fact that she does so many races, Matt, lots for her to work on, must be all the time.
Yeah, and I think when you look at her, it's almost hard to tell that she's racing quite hard. Does so many things well, looks very smooth in the water, stays flat, really great hand placement in that freestyle. So at times it almost looks like she's making it look really easy, which obviously anyone who's swum a 400 freestyle in a 50-metre pool probably knows it's not as easy as she's making it look right now. But yeah, as you say, it's how, moving from one race to the next and making sure that she nails all of those little things she needs to do here over these 8 lengths.
Yeah, that's right. In our third position right now, looks like Amber Proudfoot from the Aquatic Club in our S8 category in lane 6. I think this morning in the program entry, a lot have come in with maybe just short course time, so great to have our athletes racing in the long course. Not always possible at certain regions, so it's great to have them here at our national champs, stepping up and improving their long course personal bests. Lily Fox there, still in second place, 3:12.92, dipping under that 40-second barrier on that 50, so that's great to see. She's holding those splits nice and strong. Chloe Gladwin, a 38.74 split into that 300-metre mark, 3:45.36.
Yeah, so we might be a little bit outside that 4:54, but as I said, she does look very relaxed. There could be a big sprint home coming here. You would love to see that kick pick up just that little bit more as she comes into the race behind her. Lily Fox still pushing along nicely, looking to improve on that 5:12 from this morning. I'm sure anything under 5 minutes for Chloe Gladwin will be a good swim here tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Chloe. Also, last night, multiple records and other strokes as well. So good to see that she can do the full range of strokes here this week. As she heads into our last 50 metres here. Also this week, Swimming New Zealand will be selecting athletes to head over to the Virtus World Champs. So that'll be great to see a team selection of our S14, S18 and S19 competitors heading away over to Thailand later in the year. So great target for those athletes as Chloe Gladwin comes in here for her 400 metre 5:01.42, a great improvement from this morning's time, 6 seconds faster. Lily Fox Mason in second in 5:09.88. A good improvement for her as well.
Yeah, and that time for Chloe Gladwin as well, well under that qualifying time for the Virtus Games later in the year as well. So great for her, picking up qualifying times, records and titles as she goes here along the week.
Yeah, a team of 12 heading over to Thailand representing New Zealand, so it'll be interesting to see how their times rack up and how they're selected. I'm sure that'll be a tough one for selectors at the end of the week to go through those athletes. We've got so many great ones here. Mackenzie Drug with 100 metres to go for her race, as well as Melissa Donoghue in the S18 class. Amber Proudfoot from the Aquatic Club. She's on her last 50 this morning. She had a time of 6:49.67. Fortunately, we can't see where the clock is right now in terms of its running time. But we'll watch her as her last 15 metres comes through. Looks to be another good swim from her. And it is 6:45.26 for Amber, which is another good improvement, 4 seconds faster than this morning. Millie Long from the Selwyn Club coming in for her finish, 6:59. And Brooke Anderson, 7:05.12. That's almost, I think that's almost 10 seconds, 9 seconds faster than this morning. That's a great improvement. Todd Mason looks happy there. Our domestic para-coach of the year. He's doing a great job down there at the Vikings Club with those athletes. Mackenzie coming in for her last 5 metres, her time this morning, 7:35.84. 7:40.08 for Mackenzie. And a round of applause for Melissa as she finishes that 400, 7:51. 31 faster than this morning as well. So Matt will grab a quick chat with Chloe as we wait for those final points of the multi-classification to see where they ended up in ranking. And it is Chloe Gladwin from the Whakatane Swimming Club, 5:01.42, taking out our multi-class 400 freestyle this evening.
Yeah, and I'm down here. I'll grab a quick word with Chloe Gladwin, our champion in the 400-metre freestyle. Chloe, congratulations. Now, you've done a lot of racing this weekend, this week, the 400. Still got lots of energy going into the rest of the week?
Kind of.
We're not running out just yet, and most of all, having fun out there, always enjoying going out and competing?
Yeah.
So fantastic. Well, congratulations, Chloe Gladwin, national champion in the 400 freestyle.
We head now to event 19, the men's 400-metre freestyle. We will start with the 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, Nathan Holmberg, Liz Van Wille Aquatics. Lane 2 from North Shore Swimming, Jack Barden. Lane 3, Luke Jackson, North Shore Swimming Club. Lane 4, Hunter Lloyd, Romania Swimming Club. Lane 5, Jack Love, Blenheim Swimming Club. Lane 6 from Roscoe, Ethan Stocks. And in lane 7 from Phoenix, Gabrielle Pia. A close race this morning in our 17, 18-year-old age group. In lane 4 this morning, well, this evening, sorry, Hunter Lloyd from the Romania Club, 4:13.19. So he takes that first position into the first 50 as well, 27.24, but this should be a nice close race for all these young men from across New Zealand.
Yeah, and Jack Love from Blenheim, we saw him at a great 400 IM earlier in the week. Really strong finish, really good back half of that race. So he won't want to let Hunter get too far ahead of him here through this first 100, 150 metres, trusting himself to bring that sprint home.
Looks like a lot of the North Shore Club been working on their 400 freestyles. They've had a lot through the female and now into the male. And we still have, obviously, Louis Clark ahead in that A final. So good to see North Shore working on their middle distance events. But it is Hunter Lloyd from the Romania Club right now taking this lead into that 150 mark.
Yeah, and, doing a lot of 400s, great way to see that. These swimmers are putting in a lot of work behind the scenes. You don't get good at a 400 freestyle just by turning up and cruising along the pool. There's a lot of hard yards that go in, to this race, doing a lot of freestyle, making sure that pace work is on, making sure spending a lot of time in that high intensity aerobic zone. So, a lot of these boys out there spending those mornings, those afternoons, focusing on all those distances. And as we say that, Jack Love of Blenheim starting to inch his way a little bit back into this race. Hunter Lloyd nice and sharp over that first 100. Good flip speed, good turn speed there. Still early in this race, both out in that 2:00 mark. We saw them go 4:13s this morning, so at 2:00 you wouldn't want to see that inching up much further than 4:10 at the end of this race.
Yeah, that looks like a little bit of a stronger start for these guys than what we saw this morning, so that's great. And then you add on the fact that they're going for a medal this evening, noting there's still some 17, 18-year-olds in that next day final. They've got to put the pressure on right now. They've done 250 metres. They've got to start trying to find that little bit extra as we head towards the 300-metre mark. Who's done the work in the middle of their season? Have they put in those Ks? Have they done that little bit extra?
Yeah, and again, another race, it's both in the middle looking at each other. It does look like Jack Love has inched his way potentially back into this race. He was about a body length behind at 100, but he's just gone bit by bit here through this next 200 metres. 100 metres to go, through in a 1:04 for that split. Jack Love just falling behind the pace a little bit, but they're now turned back, breathing away from each other.
Looks to me like Jack Love's taken over in that 25 metres of this last 100. He's throwing it down here towards the 350 mark.
Yeah, and it looks like Jack's just got a little bit more rhythm in his stroke there, coming up a little bit high on that breath, but really galloping through that stroke, finding his rhythm. It looks like he's spent a lot of time just working on making staying there. Hunter looking very relaxed, but wondering if it's starting to fatigue. He went out a little bit too hard, so there's going to be a good sprint here to the finish. It is Jack Love in first place at the moment.
Hunter Lloyd trying to come back on Jack Love at this stage. It looks like we're going to be in for a tight finish. Jack Love holding the lead. Hunter Lloyd trying to come back with 10 metres to go, 5 metres now. Jack Love puts in a little bit more. 4:07.57 to 4:07.77. Those top three boys, top four, top five, all the boys this evening have gone faster than they did in the heats. That's great to see. But a big 6-second improvement from their morning swims, these 17 and 18-year-olds. But Jack Love from the Blenheim Club takes that one out. We'll wait for those official results. The Romania Raptors. There's our official results. Jack Love 4:07.57, 0.2 ahead of Hunter Lloyd. As we head now to the 400 freestyle men A finalists. In lane 1, Curtis Malsop, Ngātai Tuatia Atararika swimming. In lane 2, from Coast, James Lee. Lane 3, from United, Fraser Walker. Lane 4, from the Coast Swimming Club, Brendan Visser. Lane 5, Louis Clark, North Shore Swimming. Lane 6, from the Coast Swimming Club, Lan Hamlin-O. Lane 7, Alfie Weatherston Harvey, Kiwi. And in lane 8, Niall Rue from Tahiti.
As our A finalists hit the water here, Louis Clark, our champion in the 1500 freestyle. Very impressive swim on night one. He's had a couple of days to recover. We saw him really pick up that race midway through, holding around those 30 points. So does he have the speed here to go out with the likes of Brendan Visser? 3:57 this morning. We've seen him develop really well the last couple of years. We know he can pretty much do anything from about the 50 all the way through to the 800. So he's got that speed, he's got that endurance, really comes together nicely here for this 400. And early on, really great stroke rate by him, but almost stroke for stroke, Louis and Brendan there in the middle two lanes.
Yep. Brendan was the leader this morning, taking it out harder than the rest of the field and then held strong all the way through in his heat. These guys were in different heats this morning, Louis and Brendan, but it's good to see Lan up there as well. He was second place in the 1500 metres freestyle. Brendan Visser taking it through quicker than this morning, 54.89. A couple of our young lads will be trying to qualify for the World Junior Championships. The time for them is 3:59.43. So a couple of other targets that everyone's heading towards there. But it is Brendan Visser at the moment heading into the 150.
And really interesting to see Louis Clark, the open water specialist, jumping straight on that lane rope there on that third length, getting himself closer, maybe trying to pick up a little bit of that wave of Brendan Visser early in that race, just trying to remove as much resistance as he can from the lane in front of him, and he's doing a great job. Brendan Visser out really fast. There's that 54.9. That is a really strong speed to go out on, but it is a tough hold, so we will see the work they've done. We obviously know, the coast spent some time over there training at altitude over in the States, so they are fit, they're ready to go. But Louis, as we saw in that 1500, he was holding 30 points pretty much most of the way through his 1500. So about this pace here was what he was holding 1,000 metres into that the other night. So we know he's got the ability to step up from here. We know he's comfortable in this zone, but can he claim back those couple of metres on Brendan Visser?
Louis just tried to pick it up at the start of that 50 metres, but so did Brendan Visser. This is turning out to be a great battle. Don't count out Lan Hamlin, though. He's sticking with them as well as best he can. Right now, Brendan Visser holding on. Who's got the better of the skills? That's where it might come down. A good turn there by Louis Clark. There's only 0.08 splitting these two at this stage.
Yeah, really good split by both of our swimmers here. Brendan Visser getting back down to that 30.0. So coming in there, that halfway split, really, really impressive to see that uptick in energy. A great turn by Louis Clark, as you said, Steve. But I think the advantage at the moment slightly to Brendan Visser. He's got that slightly higher tempo. Looks like he's sitting a bit higher in the water. Louis Clark really gallops and lounges his way down that pool. Really strong, really big guy, doesn't need as much speed, can catch heaps of water. But is he going to have the sprint? As I said, Brendan Visser will back himself in a head-to-head sprint. Louis back on that lane rope to try and catch him.
Yeah, Brendan tried to lift there. Here comes Louis. We know he's got that little bit. He found a little bit more in the back end of his 1500 as well. So this is turning out to be one of the best battles we've seen all week. Brendan Visser holding on now by 0.3. It's all on in this last 50. Brendan looking across to Louis. Louis will be able to see him under his armpit, I'm sure. Here we go, 25 metres for the big boys. Here comes Louis Clark trying to do another attack. Brendan Visser holding on for the Coast Club. Who can hold their breath in this last 10, pick up their rating. There goes Brendan. And he's got there, the Coast athlete. 3:54.88 takes the gold medal over Louis Clark. 3:55.11. Third place to Lan Hamlin, 4 minutes, 0.3. That was a great race between Brendan and Louis. That's what we love to see here at our national championships, trying to win the gold medal. That's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely great, really great finish. Great excitement there from the crowd, really bringing those swimmers home. 3:54, 3:55 to take it out. As we said earlier, not often you see these 400s come down to that last stroke. Brendan Visser almost taking off for a backstroke race there as to celebrate. As we have a look at our final results, Lan Hamlin 0. Even a close race for third and fourth there, not much separating him and James Lee, teammates from Coast Swim Club.
Brendan Visser, national champion, 400-metre freestyle, looking pretty happy right now. How did that race, you know, one of the best battles we've seen all week already, how did that one feel to win that little battle?
Oh, it felt great. That felt so good. I just stuck to the race plan and it was executed perfectly.
And in terms of the time, 3:54, was that the time you wanted? Was that better than what you wanted? What have you and your coaches been working on this season?
I was expecting like a 3:56. I did not expect a 3:54. But yeah, I want to thank Louis because he really pushed me hard in that race.
Yeah. And what was that difference, you reckon? Where did you feel like you just had to pick it up and try and break? And what were you thinking? Was it in the second to last 50, or was it just a bit of something left in that tank on that last 10 metres?
I saw him in the corner of my eye in the last 50, and I was like, I've got to go. I've got to catch him.
Brilliant. Great racing. National champion Brendan Visser, 400 freestyle. Well done.
And moving on now, event 113, our finalists in the 400 freestyle men's multi-class. In lane 3, from Danny Virk, Jonty Howland. In lane 4, from Club 37, Tate Pichon. In lane 5, from Hamilton Aquatics, Joseph Blake. And in lane 6, from Ashburton, Benjamin Gold. And Tate Pichon leading us out here. We've seen him take away a couple medals already early in this week. Obviously in those longer distance, we don't have those multi-class specific events, so he swam that 1500 earlier in the week with the able-bodied swimmers, took out that medal. Really great to see. You know, Tate Pichon extending those distances, obviously loves those longer races. Would love to have a word with him after the race, if he can, about what really drives him to keep going those longer races.
But this morning he did a personal best of 5:04.55 in the heat, so he'll be looking to target that one again, cheered on by his Club 37 teammates. In lane 3, Jonty Howland from the Dannyburg Swimming Club, the 14-year-old in our S6 category. He had a great swim. Awesome to have him here at our national championships, swimming out of the Dannyburg pool. I was lucky enough in my junior years from the Levin Club to head over to Dannyburg for our winter carnival sometimes, so great to see him here racing at our National Aquatic Centre, long course, coming from that Dannyburg pool. That's always awesome to see.
Yeah, I'm sure that trip from Levin to Dannyburg was a trip to the big city back in the day, going to the upgraded pool there in Dannyburg. So as you say, yeah, great to come in here, get these races under the big bright lights here in Auckland. Again, as we talked about before, 400 freestyles. It's not a glamorous training schedule. A lot of those regional pools around the country, a lot of hard work being done by these swimmers, grinding away, looking at the bottom of the pool. Yeah, so great to see that all pay off here with some good swimming.
And Jonty's already done that this morning, so a personal best, I believe, this morning as well. So great to have him back, having another go at another personal best. In lane 5, Joseph Blake of the S18 category from the Hamilton Aquatics Club. The S18 New Zealand record, 6:52. So that's always a little target on these guys, aiming for those national records in their classification as we head to the 200-metre mark now for Tate Pichon. S19 classification, we'll see where he's at.
Yeah, and Tate that time of 5:04 this morning as well, under that Virtus Games qualifying time. So he's already booked his ticket. I'm sure maybe the race plan, let's see how close they can get down to that 5-minute barrier. Anytime you can be knocking off that next minute, rounding out, starting that time, with a different numbers, always an exciting benchmark for any swimmer.
That's right. In second place at this stage is Benjamin Gould of the Ashburton swim team. This morning, 5:51.42 in the S10 category. Great streamline there by Tate Pichon as he gets at that 250 mark. So great to see the skills that our multi-class athletes are still doing here in these tougher races. Jonty Harland at his 200-metre mark, 3:22. So he's heading towards another great swim this evening. Joseph Blake, 3:28.53 at his 200. Let's see how those guys track at that halfway mark. Tate Pichon now coming into his 300-metre mark with 100 metres left to swim. $3:49.40.
Yeah, Tate Pichon doing a great job keeping those arms nice and long. Really important, that 400 freestyle. Get as much water as you can up front. He's a big tool lad, so using as much as he can on every single stroke to keep himself charging. We'll keep an eye on this 50 split as he hits the wall again, looking for that 5:04.55 this morning. So maybe going to be a little bit outside that here unless we see a big sprint home.
Benjamin Gould with 75 metres left to swim in the S10 category. Tate Pichon now with 10 metres left to swim of his 400. Just outside that time he did this morning. 5:08.52. Young Jonty Howland now, 5:10. 100 metres left for him to swim. His time this morning, 6:57. We'll keep an eye on that time as he comes in. Joseph Blake with another 100 metres left to swim as well. In comes Benjamin Gould, 5:50.52. That's a good improvement from this morning's swim. Jonty Howland now with 50 metres left to swim, 6:03. He looks to be trying to pick it up for this last 50. He wants another PB here tonight, the 14-year-old. Joseph Blake with 50 metres left to swim now.
Yeah, and we'll keep an eye on Joseph Blake here, the S18 swimmer from Hamilton Aquatics. The S18 national record currently stands at a 6:52.27.
Jonty Howland, 6:53.84. 4 seconds faster than this morning. That's probably another personal best for the young man. He looks pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, and Joseph Blake, 7:16 this morning.
Yeah, Jonty looks stoked with that. Great to see our athletes. And Joseph Blake, 5:26.66. Sorry, that was his time at the 300 mark, so we'll wait for that official confirmation to see Joseph Blake's final time. Some good swims there by our multi-class athletes in our 400s this evening. We'll wait for those final results. Some good personal best done today. Young Jonty finishing strong there. That was a great swim by our Dannyburg athlete from the mighty Manawatu.
And I'll grab a word with our winner once we see the official results.
And Tate Pichon takes out the men's multi-class 400 freestyle 5:08.52. Joseph Blake 7:18.71 was his official end time.
Yeah, and I'm here with our winner, Tate Pichon. Tate, congratulations once again. Big 400 this morning and tonight. What it is about that distance freestyle that you love so much?
It's going a lot, good quality, and thanks to my own coach.
Yeah, perfect. Well, congratulations again on your national title, ladies and gentlemen. Tate.
And we'll head to a short ad break before we're back with our women's 100-metre backstroke. Thanks to our sponsors this week at our National Championships for 2025. We move now to Event 20, the women's 100-metre backstroke. C final up first. In lane 1, Hayley White, Coast Swimming Club. 2, Arissa Liu, Phoenix Aquatics. 3, Jade Lyles, Phoenix Aquatics. Lane 4, Liv Peebles, North Shore Swimming Club. 5, Bridie Quayle, Whananui Swim Club. 6, Charlotte Cole, Hiratonga Sun Devils. 7, Paige Stringer, Hamilton Aquatics. And 8, Mia Kane-Towley, Nelson South Swim Club. Leading through our C final, looks like Liv Peebles in the middle of the pool. From the North Shore Club, moving her way into contention now is Bridie from the Whananui Swim Club. She's come up into that lead, I believe. We've got 5 metres left to swim of this C final. Let's see the touches here. And it is Bridie Quayle, 104.47. We'll wait for those official results with an accidental touch of a scoreboard somewhere. Touchpad, sorry. But it was Bridie Quayle, 104. Good improvement from her morning swim. There's our official results as we head now to our 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, Annabelle Scott, swim to Maru. In lane 2 from Howick Pikaranga, Mia Laban. Lane 3, Riley McBride, Whananui Swim Club. Lane 4, Danielle Asiata, Howick Pikaranga. Lane 5 from Hiratonga Sun Devils, Breeze van Woodhuizen. Lane 6, Kate McLaren, Trojan Swim Club. Lane 7, Xanthi Miller, United Swimming Club. And in lane 8 from Trojan Swim Club, Holly Stanford.
Some great underwater shots there. Really good job by the camera team getting those starts and that underwater mark. As we see early on, it looks like Riley McBride in lane 3, 50 backstroke specialist, really getting out after it in this first 50 metres. Half a body length already at 35 metres through this race. Danielle Asiata, we saw her take out this heat in the 200 backstroke a couple of nights ago. Sorry, last night, the 200 backstroke.
As we head into the first 50, it is Riley McBride. She started well and she's held at 30.72, a good lead over the rest of the field. But here comes Danielle Asiata in the second 50. We'll see if Riley can hold on. Noting in the A final coming up next, there's only one 18-year-old, so these girls are fighting for the medals right now.
Yeah,
Riley McBride hanging on.
She's done a really good job at hanging on here, really using that first 50. Danielle Asiata came back at her over that third 25, but Riley McBride hanging on for a 1:04.23, improving on her swim from this morning. That 1:06.7 in the program from this heat.
Yeah, led from start to finish. She set it up with that start. That shows the skills, how important they are. She had some attacks coming at her on the second 50, but held strong, the Whananui club member. We'll wait for those official results of our 17 and 18-year-olds. As we head now to our 100 backstroke A final. In lane 1, Jessie Welsh, Club 37. Lane 2 from Club 37, Isabel Gibson. Lane 3, Tess Winteray, North Shore Swimming. Lane 4 from the Coast Swim Club, Milan Glidmeyer. Lane 5, also from Coast Swimming Club, Amber George. And the third of our Coast athletes, Savannah Eve Martin. Lane 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, Georgina McCarthy. And in lane 8, Hannah Abdu, Whananui Swim Club. A clean start there by our A finalists. And we'll look to see who comes up right on that 15-metre line. Amber George, Savannah Eve Martin, a great start by those two Coast athletes. Amber George looks to be powering along in this first 50. She already has the 50 World Aquatics time that she achieved earlier in the year, so we'll see where she's at the 50-metre. But here comes Milan Glidmeyer. 29.42 for Milan through that first 50.
Yeah, and some great turns there by Amber George in lane 5. Really, really strong underwater. Both of these girls just outside that World Aquatics time for this morning. And the other time to keep an eye on that 1:00:22 for the National Open record. It is Milan Glitmeyer at the moment charging home.
10 metres left to swim for Milan Glitmeyer. She's coming in. Amber George trying to come back. Let's see the finish. Oh, it's a first equal there for the Coast athletes. 60.84. That's a special swim for the Coast teammates. Milan Glitmeyer gets under that World Junior qualification standard once again. Only had to go a 1:02.8 for that time, so that's great to see. She's well ahead of that, but a great finish by Amber George. It looked like she was out, but the length of those arms, a great touch.
Yeah, that extra stroke there just making all that difference at the end. A fantastic race coming right down to the very, very last moment. What a fantastic way to finish the 100 backstrokes. And Steve will grab a quick word with our winners of the 100-metre backstroke.
Milan, congratulations, Amber. Joint national title holders in the 100-metre backstroke. Was that the plan all along for the Coast girls to get that double win there?
100%, totally a part of the plan, but no one I'd rather do it with, so yeah.
And that's great, Amber. You took that out really, looked like hard in that first 25 metres. Was that always your goal? Get out there, utilise your 50 speed and then try and bring it home?
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to use my front end speed and just see what I got on the way home. But yeah, no, I'm really proud of myself.
That's some great swims there, girls. A first equal for the Coast Swim Club. Really great to see, a great race. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we move on now to our C final in the men's 100 backstroke, who are behind the blocks. And into the water goes our C finalists in the 100-metre backstroke in lane 1. Vincent Downs, Honey, Club 37. 2, Kiha Desbordes, Tahiti. 3, Alessandra Esposito, Natai Tuatia. 4, Tipaki, Northwave. 5, Mitch Ellis, Liz Van Wheelie, Aquatics. 6, John Quirk, North Shore. 7, William Seymour, Nelson South. And in lane 8, Liam Woods from St. Paul's.
Tipaki from Northwave Swimming Club this morning. The 14-year-old went 58.00 to break the national record. Can we help him get under that 58 zone? The young man from the Northland region. He looks just as experienced as these older athletes next to him. Tipaki from the North Wave. 10 metres left to swim. Let's see if we can get him under another national record tonight. 57.34. A New Zealand 14-year-old age group record. Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. That's a classy swim to take out our C final. Wow, what a swim there, Matt.
Yeah, looking really, really good and looked nice and strong down that last 25 metres. We're a big, powerful swimmer, really using those long arms to his advantage and nailing that finish, taking a whole, nearly another whole second off that time. Really, really impressive here tonight.
He doesn't look out of place amongst those 20-year-olds, does he? That was a great swim from the young man. As we move now to our 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, Lucas Percival, Central Hawke's Bay Swimming. In 2, Yinok Zhang, Phoenix Aquatics. In 3, from North Wave, Hans Hauff. Lane 4, Harrison James, Viking Swim Club. Lane 5, Brandon Holder, Phoenix Aquatics. And lane 6, Liam Reese, Kiwi. In lane 7, from Viking Swim Club, Tyson Lynch. And lane 8, also from Viking Swim Club, Luca Graham. Let's have a look at this first 15 from these 17 and 18-year-olds. Oh, they're right up on that line. That's great to see them utilising that distance underwater. It looks to be Harrison James in lane 4 with the early lead.
Yeah, Harrison James really maximising every little bit of that start, really exploded through those first couple of strokes. He's a great starter, really strong underwaters. We saw him take out the 200 backstroke through that first 100 last night, so you know he trusts that front half of his race, but it is Brandon Holder at the moment from Phoenix Aquatics, the 18-year-old. As we mentioned before, great to see a couple of those older swimmers coming through here for Phoenix this weekend. And it is going to be Brandon Holder absolutely charging down, really getting those arms over nice and fast, rolling those shoulders. A little bit of a bounce in that stroke. You want to see that flatten out, but looking really, really fast here tonight.
58.98 was his time this morning. He looks to be a little bit ahead of that. Where are we? 57.61 for Brandon Holder. That's a great swim from the 18-year-old out of Phoenix Aquatics. Pushing those boys in the A final who are 17 and 18 to make sure he's up in the game for those medals. Nice and controlled first 50, and then he really took it to the field in the second with a good touch on the wall. We'll wait for those official results. There they are, Brandon Holder 57.61, Harrison James finishing with 58.84. We now move to the 100 backstroke for men A final. And in lane 1, Samuel Poching, North Shore Swimming Club. In 2, from Swim Zone Racing, Daniel Williams. In lane 3, Jasper Cornish, Coast Swimming Club. In lane 4, from Neptune, Kane Follows. In 5, from Club 37, Zach Dell. In lane 6, Ariel Macharahondo, Swim Rotorua. In lane 7, Blake Valiapa, North Shore Swimming. And in lane 8, from North Shore Swimming, Cooper Morley. Different tactics on the start there by these young men as we head through the first 15 metres right up on that lane rope. Oh, some of those guys were close to that 15-metre mark. But it looks to be Zach Dell, as usual, out in the lead in lane 5.
Yeah, Zach Dell really sharp over the 50 and the 100-metre distances in freestyle and backstroke, so he'll be trying to get out there in front of the 200 specialist, Kane Follows, who took out that 200 backstroke last night. So he'll really back himself over this last 50, nice and deep off that wall. Zach Dell, 26.41. There was only 0.02 of a second between them. This is where you'll look for Kane to really pick up that tempo and start bringing it home.
Here comes Kane Follows in the back end of this 100-metre backstroke. Jasper Cornish coming through in that third position. This could be another great finish in our 100-metre backstroke, just like the females. Oh, it is by 0.02 of a second. Kane Follows takes the gold medal, 55.23 to Zach Dell's 55.25. And great to get Jasper Cornish under the 56-second mark as well. We'll wait for those official results. We might need to check on Ariel Machirahondo's time as well. But some good racing in our backstroke this evening.
And there we have the final results. Jasper Cornish, 55.95, takes out the bronze medal. Ariel Machirahondo, 56.58. Improving ever so slightly on his time from this morning and breaking that national record set at 56.63. So Ariel Machirahondo, another 16-year-old national age group record.
Kane Follows, 100 backstroke to add to the 200 backstroke. You happy with that swim?
Obviously, you always want to go faster. I'd say the hardest race is the race after missing a team or missing a time. So to go out there and win it, that's all I really wanted to do tonight.
Yeah, have you been working at all on a little bit of skill stuff in terms of your 100-metre stuff? Obviously, that adds to your 200, but is it always the skills always that you're thinking about in the 100 that gives you a little edge, do you think? Or tell us a little bit about that.
100%. Especially nowadays with how important underwaters are. Turns and underwaters, breakouts, they're the key. So swimming fast, the best in the world do it, so we've got to keep up.
Yeah, not always easy at that Moana pool to practice those skills, I'm sure, but I mean, for here to Sue and your level of experience, you can tell that's coming through. So congratulations, another national title. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
And we will roll into a quick ad break before we return with some 50-metre backstrokes.
You know your best can always be better. When you're always prepared to give it your all. You must flow like water, but be fueled by fire. You eliminate doubt and replace it with focus. If there's a boundary, you're pushing it. Even when you know fast is your only speed.
Welcome back, day 3 finals. We move now to event 114, the 50 backstroke for women multi-class. In lane 1, Amy Van Aert, Pukekohe Swimming Club. In lane 2, Charlotte Rosen, Wharenui Swim Club. In lane 3, Camilla Witt, Denmark. In 4, Chloe Gladwin, Whakatane Swimming Club. In 5, from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donahue. Lane 6, Riley Sayer, Matamata Swim Club. In 7, Charlotte Murphy, Aquagym Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Brooke Anderson, Viking Swim Club.
And they are underway here. One lap of the pool for this 50-metre backstroke multi-class final. As mentioned before, Chloe Gladwin, very, very well skilled across all of her disciplines. Really well put together stroke. Always looks like she's making it look very, very easy out there. Next to her, our visitor from Denmark, Camilla Witt. She had a great swim in that 200 freestyle just the other last night as well.
We'll keep an eye on some national records for these multi-class athletes. Chloe aiming for a time of 38.3 to break her national record, and she's done it. Another national record for Chloe Gladwin, 37.71. 38.30 was the old time. Another personal best. In lane 6, Riley Sayer, 50.13 in third place. Another great swim there by Chloe. Another national record. She keeps doing them straight up to the 400 free as well. Great to see she can mix up the endurance as well as the speed events. A very classy swimmer indeed in our S19 category. Melissa Donoghue takes the silver in 54.89, and Camilla Witt from Denmark, the visitor bronze, 41.72.
And I'm down here with our winner, Chloe Gladwin. Chloe, congratulations again. Another national record, your own PB. You must be happy with that swim.
Yeah.
And how do you keep getting faster? What do you keep doing? Just working really hard. Well, congratulations, Chloe Gladwin, national champion, 50 backstroke.
We move now to event 115, the 50 backstroke for men multi-class. In lane 1, Joseph Blake, Hamilton Aquatics. In 2, from Aquagym Swimming Club, Matthew Crawford. In lane 3, Lance Dusto, Central Hawke's Bay Swimming. In 4, Cameron Leslie, Whangarei Swim Club. In 5, from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Joel Watkins. In 6, Club 37's James Hayden. In lane 7, Rawiri Tristram Brown, Otaki Titan Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Benjamin Gould, Ashburton Swim Team. Our leader in Paralympic swimming, Cameron Leslie, is in the pool tonight, trying to make sure he gets a faster time than the heats as he heads towards the Para-World Champs. Right now in the middle of pool, Joel Watkins having a crack down this 50-metre in the S19 category. James Hayden next to him, pushing him all the way. Let's see a great finish here by these young men. It is Joe Watkins, 32.92. As Cameron Leslie comes into the wall, 43.53. That is under the qualifying standard once again for Cameron Leslie for the World Para Championships later on in the year. And a couple of our S19 athletes and S14 getting under that virtuous qualifying times as well as they head towards trying to be selected for that New Zealand team to go to Thailand. But we'll grab a quick word once we see those official results. Joel Watkins takes the gold medal over Cameron Leslie and Lance Dusto. Joel, 50-metre backstroke multi-class champion. You've taken out the big fella, Cam Leslie. It's not often that happens. How did that one feel?
It felt pretty good. I was just throwing my arms as fast as I could.
Yeah, you were moving through that middle part of the race. Are you working on your leg speed, your arm speed? Are you thinking about the finish or just going as hard as you can?
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about anything. I was just going as hard as I could.
Awesome, mate. Well, congratulations. You've taken out the national title with multi-class. Awesome.
And we will take a quick ad break before we return with some medal ceremonies and some special presentations after that.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
And welcome back to the National Aquatics Centre here in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. We will roll into some medal ceremonies for the first half of our racing tonight. Our medals all thanks to Apollo Projects. Our medals being handed out by the President of the International Paralympic Committee, Andrew Parsons. Our first medals are for event 18, the women's 400-metre freestyle. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists, the bronze goes to Hamilton Aquatics' Sophie Hay. Your silver medalist from Jazzy Swim Club, Brooke Bennett. And your gold medalist from St. Peter's, Alyssa Tapper. Your open medalist now for the women's 400-metre freestyle, the bronze from Neptune, Caitlin Deans. Your silver medalist from Coast, Eve Thomas. And the gold medal from North Shore, Erica Fairweather. Our medalists now for event 112, the women's multi-class 400-metre freestyle. Your bronze medalist from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donoghue. Your silver medalist from Whanganui, Lily Fox Mason. And the gold medal from Whakatane Swimming Club, Chloe Gladwin. Our medalists for event 19, the men's 400-metre freestyle. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists, the bronze from Kiwi, Alfie Weatherston Harvey. The silver medal from United, Fraser Walker. And the gold medal from Coast, James Lee. Our open medalists, your bronze medal from Coast, Lan Hamlin-O. The silver medal from North Shore, Louis Clark. And the gold medal from Coast, Brendan Visser. Medals for event 113, the men's multi-class 400-metre freestyle. Your bronze medal from Dannyburg, Jonty Howland. Your silver medal from Hamilton Aquatics, Joseph Blake. And the gold from Club 37, Tate Pichon. Medals for event number 20, the 17 and 18-year-old girls 100-metre backstroke. Your bronze medalist from Howard Pakuranga, Danielle Asiata. The silver medal from Whanganui Swim Club, Riley McBride. And the gold medal also from Whanganui, Hana Abdu. The open medals for the women's 100-metre backstroke. The bronze medal from North Shore, Tess Winneray. And taking home a combined gold medal, both from Coast Swim Club, Amber George and Milan Glintmeyer. Medals for event 21, the men's 100-metre backstroke. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists, the bronze from Phoenix, Brandon Holder. The silver medal from Swim Zone Racing, Daniel Williams. And the gold medal from Coast, Jasper Cornish. Our open medalist for the men's 100-metre backstroke, the bronze from Coast, Jasper Cornish. The silver medal from Club 37, Zach Dowell. And the gold from Neptune, Kane Follows. Medals for event 114, the 50-metre backstroke multi-class woman. The bronze medal for New Zealand from Matamata, Riley Sayer. And the bronze visitors medal from Denmark, Camilla Witt. The silver medal from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donahue. And your gold medalist from Whakatane Swimming Club, Chloe Gladwin. And our medals for event 115, the men's multi-class 50-metre backstroke. Your bronze medal from Central Hawke's Bay Swimming, Lance Dustow. The silver medal from Whangarei Swimming Club, Cameron Leslie. And the gold from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Joel Watkins. We have now a Virtuous Pathway multi-class medal presentation from this morning's 200 breaststroke multi-class swims. Our bronze medal for this goes to Sumroturua's Bailey Conlon. The silver medal from Club 37, James Hayden. And the gold to St. Paul's, Ian Chen. After these medals, we now have a few more special awards to hand out from the 2024 Swimming New Zealand Awards. The first award we have this time around is the Billy Fitzsimmons Cup, which is presented to the swimmer with the most outstanding international performance in the 2024 calendar year. This is also known as the International Swimmer of the Year, and your winner is Erica Fairweather. Erica receives this award for her strong performance representing New Zealand internationally, most notably at being world champion in the 400-metre freestyle last year in Doha, and bringing home a silver and bronze, as well as making 3 individual finals at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Our second award is the Dame Sophie Pascoe International Para Swimmer of the Year. This is the first time that this award has been named after Dame Sophie Pascoe, and it goes to the swimmer with the best performance on the international stage in the para world, and the winner is Cameron Leslie. Cam receives this award for his performances at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games, where he made a final in all 4 of his events, including 2 fourth places. This is the 3rd consecutive year Cam has received this award. We move now to the award for the closest to a world record. This award is presented to an Olympic pathway swimmer with the time closest to a world record at the time of the event in the 2024 calendar year. This year's winner, Erica Fairweather. Erica receives this award for her history-making performance in the women's 400-metre freestyle in Doha, where she became New Zealand's first ever World Aquatics Champion, as she broke her national record and became the 5th fastest woman in history in the 400 freestyle. Now for the closest to a world record in a Paralympic pathway, this goes to a Paralympic swimmer closest to the world record in the 2024 calendar year. This award is for Cameron Leslie. Cameron receives this award for his performance in the men's 50-metre freestyle S4 at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Our next award goes to the Domestic Para Swimmer of the Year. This is presented to a para swimmer who has excelled in New Zealand competitions during the 2024 swimming year. This year's winner, Asher Smith-Franklin from North Shore. Asher receives this award for his consistently strong and New Zealand record-breaking performances over the past year, and is the 2nd time Asher has received this award. And to wrap up our awards here, we would like to take a moment to recognise Jesse Reynolds, Aqua Black 262, as he retires today from competitive swimming. Jesse has been an integral and valued member of the New Zealand team for more than 10 years, debuting at the 2013 IPC World Championships in Montreal. He represented New Zealand at 3 Paralympic Games in Rio, Tokyo and Paris, along with 2 Commonwealth Games and 5 World Championships. To mark this occasion, we would like to present Jesse with something to help him remember his competitive swimming career and congratulate him on his performances and service to swimming in New Zealand.
We'll be right back after a short break as we head into the second half of the evening, starting with the 200 breaststroke.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Apollo Projects 2025 National Swimming Championships here in Tamaki Makaurau. We now move to event 22, the women's 200-metre breaststroke. The first of our finals is the 17 and 18-year-old age group. In lane 1, Kate Hurley, Pirate Swim Team. In 2, Scout Carter, Icebreaker Aquatics. In 3, Ava Neems, Howick Pakaranga. In 4, Olivia Bates, North Shore Swimming Club. In 5, Maya Kettle, Nelson South Swim Club. In 6, Paige Franklin, Central Hawke's Bay Swimming. And in lane 7 from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Jessica Cochran. The 17 and 18-year-old final here. The leading time this morning, Olivia Bates, North Shore Swimming Club, 2:46.17. Lots of different strategies in the 200 breaststroke, I'm sure, as we go through these next couple of races. It looks to be Ava Neems at this stage, leading through in 37.09 through the first 50. Great to be able to see with our live streaming there underwater and their strokes. So coaches, I'm sure, will go back and review some of their races to keep improving, even from this morning to this evening's finals. A great tool for our swimmers to be able to utilise.
Yeah, and obviously this 200 breaststroke, obviously a completely different race to the 50s we saw last night. All of this is about that long glide, really stretching forward through that stroke, really trying to grade up as the race goes along. But so much of this race really depends on how well the swimmers can get into that nice flat body position, really drive that power forward. You know, so much of breaststroke quite often looks like it's very up and down, but very much trying to flow through the water, similar to butterfly, keeping those hips up, that chest down. And at the moment, these girls looking nice and strong, relaxed, making as much as they can distance per stroke.
Looks like Olivia Bates from the North Shore Club is looking to attack this second 100. Looks like a nice smooth stroke out in front, trusting that gliding position, to trying to tuck that head through, utilising that streamlined position. She takes the lead at the 150 mark at 2:03.85 with 50 metres to swim, holding that breath control into that breaststroke pull out. Let's see what happens in this last 50.
Yeah, you really want to see that stroke rate start to pick up as much as you want to stay nice and long, being able to get still that fully extended position up into that next stroke. And these girls doing a great job, looking well on track here to improve from their times on this morning. Doing that.
A little attack coming through here from Maya Kettle. The Nelson South Swim Club wearing red shirts tonight instead of the pink. Let's see if that works for them. But it looks like Olivia Bates has come back again in this last 10 metres. 2:46.02, Olivia Bates. Maya Kittle, 2:46.47, and Paige Franklin, 2:46.97. A close tie race there in our 17-18 age group final. They've all gone a little bit faster than this morning, so that's great to see from our 17 and 18-year-olds as they eagerly await to see what happens in the A final with their fellow age groupers. As we move now to the 200-metre breaststroke for women's A final. In lane 1, Ariella Riley, Hamilton Aquatics. In 2, from Phoenix, Jasmine Lyles. In 3, Melissa Cowan, North Shore Swimming Club. In 4, Zylika Pratt-Smith, Coast Swimming Club. In 5, from North Shore Swimming, Monique Wierzowski. In 6, from United, Alex McIntosh. In 7, Maya Adams, Pirate Swim Team. And in 8, from North Shore Swimming, Grace Jeremson. I think this race is going to be a tight battle, Matt. Let's look at this 15-metre line, utilised there by Melissa Cowan. Zylika Pratt-Smith from the Coast Club, surrounded by the North Shore athletes.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Monique Wierzowski, our national record holder in that 50 and 100-metre distance. She's put in a lot of work over the last couple of years to extend up to this 200. So really interesting to see if she's got that back half of the race, really trying to make sure she can maximise that distance. Really great stretch on that stroke there, staying a little bit flatter than Zylika Pratt-Smith. She will take us through that first 50 metres.
33.55 for Zylika Pratt-Smith as she looks to try and up the ante a little bit here and try and break Monique through the second 50. Monique, 17 years of age, looking to take away that age group title as well in this race. But right now, Zylika Pratt-Smith looking to try and take a body length lead into this 100-metre mark. Let's see how good this turn can be for her. 1:11.92. Monique in second, 1:13.5.
Yeah, really good opening speed there for Zylika Pratt-Smith, looking really strong as we talk about a lot in breaststroke. Quite different styles of stroke for the top three at the moment. Zylika doing a great job. You can tell maximising that push forward. She wants to get all of that kick in behind her arms as she stretches into it there, and she's doing a really good job of picking up that tempo, not letting those other girls close that distance. Melissa Cowan, she's been a national champion before and a national record holder in the 18-year-old age group, so we know she's got some back-end speed, especially in this 200-metre breaststroke, but she is still there in third place. Zylika Pratt-Smith, though, hanging on, doing a really good job. That 39.7 right where she wants to be.
Here comes the attack from Monique Wierzowski. It looks like she saved a little bit of something. Zylika Pratt-Smith, 25 metres. Look out, here comes a 17-year-old. A bit of a different tactic tonight.
And this is what you maybe thought. Does she back herself over a pure sprint at the end? Would she have it? And she is absolutely mowing down Zylika Pratt-Smith here, turning on that absolute sprint speed. She's a 30 point over the 50.
2:31.92, Monique Wierzowski. That is under the World Junior qualification standard for the 17-year-old. just outside the national record of Natasha Lloyd's, which was 2:31.36 back in 2013. What a last 50 there by Monique.
Yeah, absolutely. Really leaving it till that last turn. Nearly 4 seconds faster than the field over that last 50 metres.
She's obviously been working on that endurance breaststroke to help out her 100. Some great swimming by our athletes. We called it at the start. We thought that was going to be a good race. We've had some top finishes this evening. And our official results there. Melissa Cowan takes the bronze, 2:34.54. But it is Monique from the North Shore Club, 2:31.92.
And I'm down here now with Monique Wierzowski after a couple of hugs from teammates. For Monique, congratulations. Absolutely fantastic last 50. What was the plan on that last turn?
It was definitely what I've been working on is my back end, so it's just putting all I've got left in the tank.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago, really a 50-100 swimmer, really put in that work to be a 200 swimmer. How has that changed how you approach training on a day-to-day basis?
I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just working really hard. Yeah.
Perfect, and it's clearly working out. Congratulations, Monique, national champion in the 200 breaststroke.
We move now to event 23. The male 200-metre breaststroke C final will be our first one. A good clean start there for our C finalists in lane 1. Zach Pass, Liz Van Willie Aquatics. 2, Michael Brady, North Shore Swimming. 3, Jethro Yoon, Phoenix Aquatics. In lane 4, Caleb Yin, Mount Eden Swimming. 5, Dmitry Kuzminikov, North Shore Swimming. 6, John Parks, St. Paul Swimming Club. 7, Ian Chen from the St. Paul Swimming Club. And 8, Joshua Wilmer from the Coast Swimming Club. Great to have some of our para-multi-class athletes in our C final getting another opportunity tonight to try and break those national records. Looks like Dmitry Kuzminikov here from the North Shore Club leading through the first 100 here of this C final. A great touch at that 100 metre. He's gone through in the 1:10.73 time. As we head into this third 50 now, looks like he's picked up that rating a little bit as well. Let's keep an eye out on lane 7 and 8, our 2 multi-class athletes as well. Josh Wilmer this morning breaking his national record. We'll keep an eye on that time. If he does a personal best this evening, that'll be another one. The World Aquatics time qualification in this event is a 2:10.32. The New Zealand record, Glenn Snyder's 2:10.55. But still, Dmitry from the North Shore Club holding on to the lead. Here comes an attack from Caleb Yin. And it will be Dmitry Kuzminikov from the North Shore Club taking out the win there in the C final, 2:29.38. A good improvement by 2 seconds from this morning's time. Ian Chen 2:40.8 and Josh Wilmer 2:42.53. That is another New Zealand record in the SB8 category for Josh Wilmer. Let's give him a round of applause out there in the outside smoker lane 8. The Coast Swimming Club athlete. He's swimming fast this week. That's great to see. A good race all round there in the C final in our male 200-metre breaststroke. Oh, they're looking pretty happy with themselves. As we look at our official results there, some great swimming as we move to our 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, Robert Thompson, North Canterbury Swim Club. In 2, Flynn Grace, Viking Swim Club. In 3, Curtis Shanks, Jazzy Swim Club. In 4, from Tahiti, Sostheni Vidau. In 5, Nicholas Cowan, North Shore Swimming. In 6, Lisbon Willie Aquatics, Nathan Holmberg. In 7, Fergus Charlton, Coast Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Sam McAllister, Whananui Swim Club.
And in they go for our 17 and 18-year-old finals in this fit 200-metre breaststroke. Nicholas Cowan of North Shore, our top-seeded New Zealander through the heats this morning in a 2:28.80. Our visitor from Tahiti as well in lane 4, 2:27.99. So a good race lining up for us there in the middle of the pool. Curtis Shanks of Jazzy just outside them in a 2:29, but it will be Nicholas Cowan. Nice, long, really powerful kick. Great snap behind him. Gets those shoulders nice up and nice and high underneath those ears.
Some great racing in our 200-metre breaststrokes already this evening. This looks like another goodie in the middle of the pool. Nicholas Cowan holding off the attack from the Tahitian. And in lane 3, Curtis Shanks from the Jazzy Swim Club trying to make his way up to the leaders. They turn in a 1:08.77.
And still looking really good here. Nicholas Cowan of North Shore doing a really good job. Still keeping wonderful length in that stroke. As you can see, there's that high point in that stroke. Those feet come together. Those hands out in front of him before getting that nice, strong pull. Not wasting too much time, getting wide on those arms. Keeping that head low, looking really, really strong here. As we saw in the women's race earlier on, anything can happen over that last 50 metres.
That's right, Nicholas Cowan holding the lead with 15 metres to swim. Curtis Shanks trying to make his way up. He's going for an attack on this last 50. Can Nicholas Cowan hold on? 25 metres left to swim. The 18-year-old from the North Shore Club. This has been a well put together swim. He's holding on now with 10 metres. He's trying to even lift again. 5 metres to go for Nicholas Cowan. And he will touch and take out this 17, 18-year-old race in 2:24.35. That's a 4-second improvement from the morning swim. That would have put him in the 8th final this morning, so putting the pressure on those 17, 18-year-olds in the next race. That's what we're here to do tonight, keep getting faster and faster. He looked pretty happy with that one. And there's our official results. Curtis Shanks grabbing that second position in 2:26.42. We move now to the 200-meter breaststroke male A final. In lane 1, Michael Yang, Phoenix Aquatics. In 2, Hunter Hughes, Coast Swimming Club. In 3, Blair Helms, North Shore Swimming Club. In 4, from Mount Eden Swimming, Jacob Story. In 5, from Roscoe Swimming Club, Kevin Zhang. In 6, Sam Brown, Coast Swimming Club. In 7, from Porirua City Aquatics, Joseph Reiher. And in 8, from Jazzy Swim Club, Nathan Walker. Matt, I don't know what's going to happen in this final. We've had some great swims so far in our 200 breaststrokes. This looks like it could be a very close one. We've got our 50 breaststroke champion in Hunter Hughes in lane 2. The visitor from the Cook Islands who swims out of the Mount Eden Swimming Club, Jacob Story in the middle. He was up there in the middles in the 50 as well. So anything I think can happen tonight here as Hunter Hughes goes through that first 50.
Yeah, Hunter Hughes out in a 29.92. A really great blistering speed there for that 200 breaststroke, and it doesn't look too rushed. Really getting behind his arms. Lovely long stroke. Really powerful drive from those legs. Kevin Zhang really, really strong over these 200-meter distances. We've seen him through the age group level in the 200 free, the 200 bat, the 400 IM, so he's going to have that back-end speed. Hunter probably more known for his 50 to his 100 distance, so this is a brave strategy here, getting out in front, but at the moment still looking very relaxed, looking nice and strong behind that kick.
104.62 for Hunter Hughes through the 100-meter. Where's the attack going to come from on this third 50? He looks to have tried to lift it up a little bit. Here comes Kevin Zhang, though, and Sam Brown. A great class of athletes here in our men's 200-meter breaststroke field. Hunter Hughes looks to be holding strong in the first position.
Yeah, and I think Hunter Hughes doing a great job to hold on that camera angle, doing a great job to show you just how big that distance is. It's going to be tough to catch him from here, 35.3. Maybe would have thought he might have dropped off a little bit from here, that 29.9, but he's going very, very well here into that last 35 meters of the race. They may not have enough pull for the rest of them to catch him.
Hunter Hughes with 25 metres to swim, the 50-metre breaststroke champion. I don't think they're going to catch him. He wants to try and lift those legs. He'll be burning now. Hunter Hughes from the Coast Swim Club, hanging on for a great swim here from lane 2. 2:16.23.
An absolutely massive PB for Hunter Hughes. A brave swim. Not often you see that 200 breaststroke taken out and under that 30-second mark. An absolutely amazing swim there from Hunter Hughes to take out the gold medal.
The 19-year-old from the Coast Swim Club. He looked stoked to win the 50 last night, but then to back it up with the 200. That means he's been putting in the work. Matthew will grab a chat to him. I'm sure the smile will be on his face. Went out in that 29-second first 50, and then he held strong And powered away to finish there. There's the official results. Hunter Hughes, 2:16.23. Jacob Story with the visitors silver. Blair Helms taking New Zealand silver. Just over Kevin Zhang with the bronze.
And I'm down here with our national champion, Hunter Hughes. Hunter, if you've got your breath back, obviously a great swim. Massive slaps on the water cheers there at the end. What was your goal coming in for the 200 breast today?
Honestly, I did not know I was going to win that one. I thought I was just aiming for a sub 220. 216.2 is a huge PB. I've never been sub 220 in my life. So I'm so stoked.
Yeah, we made a comment on the commentary, 29 out on that first 50, flying out there. Obviously didn't bite too much in the back end. How was that last 75, 50 metres?
Oh, that was the hardest 75 metres of my life. The last 50, I thought I was going to get caught. I thought I was going nowhere. And my arms felt like noodles. But, yeah, I'm glad I held on.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the bravest swims I've seen and a fantastic swim in the end. Congratulations, Hunter Hughes.
We'll be back after a short break for our sprinting 50-metre butterflies.
You know your best can always be better. When you're always prepared to give it your all, you must flow like water, but be fueled by fire. You eliminate doubt and replace it with focus. If there's a boundary, you're pushing it. Even when you know fast is your only speed, you know that's never enough. Power Skin Primo, the first race suit with Hyperforce fabric. First is better than fast.
We're back live at the National Aquatics Centre for Session 6. We move now to Event 24, the 50 butterfly for women. First up is the C final. Lane 1, Isla Marsh. 2, Penny Smith. 3, Maddie Horton. 4, Maddie Kidd. 5, Diotili Vado. 6, Hidamaruti Bernards. 7, Zanti Miller. 8, Pare Terua Davey. A strong start in the middle of the pool here by the Mad Dog Kid. Had to do a swim up this morning to be in the C final, trying to make the A final, but it will be Maddie Kidd. 28.26. About the same time she did in the swim off this morning. Good strong finish from her in the Coast Swim Club. We'll wait for those official results, but it looks like here at the poolside, a lot of green lights coming up on the scoreboard, which means some good swimming all the way through there. As we move to the 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In lane 1, Vivian Shaw, Jersey Swim Club. In 2, from Wharenui, Riley McBride. In 3, Anaya Maritz, North Shore Swimming. In 4, from Swim Zone Racing, Lucy Abbott. Lane 5, Stacey Morgan, Triton Swim Club. In 6, from Nelson South Swim Club, Mia Kane-Talley. In 7, Eleanor Saunders, Coast Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Mia Laban, Howick Pekaringa. We're off and racing in the 17, 18-year-old age group final. Even spread across the field at that first 25-metre mark. Let's see what happens in the second 25. It looks to be lane 5 coming through here.
Stacey Morgan from Trident looks like she's going to have the edge as she comes over. So much of this 50 butterfly comes down to the touch, and Stacey Morgan of Triton will just get there in lane 5.
A good even race across the field, and now 17, 18-year-old age group final.
Yeah, and as we look at the finishes here, so much of that 50 butterfly, one of the strokes that's so important to get right. You don't want to get caught out halfway through a stroke into that wall, and Stacey Morgan just gets her hands in there. A little bit of a short finish, but just enough to be the winner of that heat.
There's the official results of that 17 and 18 age group final. As we move now to the 50 butterfly for women A final. In lane 1, Paige Kingilla Kemp, Pukekohe Swim Club. In 2, from Nelson South Swim Club, Brooke Swan. In 3, from the Coast Swimming Club, Laura Quilter. In 4, Hazel Awahan, Phoenix Aquatics. In 5, from the Coast Swimming Club, Zoe Pedersen. In lane 6, from the Coast Swimming Club, Milan Glidmeyer. In lane 7, North Shore Swimming's Amelia Bray. And in lane 8, Hamilton Aquatics, Chloe Peters. A clean start there. This morning there was some great swims thrown down by our female athletes. Zoe Pedersen with an 18-year-old age group record. Hazel Awahan with a World Aquatics qualifying time. Laura Quilter not far off that A time as well. This is a great race by all of our athletes. Hazel Awahan coming through to take the win here. 25:43. All 3 of our top 3 females under the World Aquatics qualifying time. Zoe Pedersen, the 18-year-old, a New Zealand record. And a new Open New Zealand record for Hazel Awahan. The old time 25:88. We'll wait for those official times. Whoa, whoa, we were.
Yeah, as we get a look at what a phenomenal swim really had. It's so lucky to have some exciting races here and carrying through to these 50s. Those top 3 girls, again, all under that World Aquatics qualifying time. Hazel Awahan smashing her New Zealand Open record, stood at 25:88. Steve will grab a word with Hazel and I believe Zoe Pedersen, our 2 representatives for the World Aquatics Championships later in the year.
Hazel Awahan's national champion, a New Zealand Open record, world qualifying time once again. How does that feel?
Oh, phenomenal. Coming into that race tonight, I was thinking 25:66, but I'm beyond happy with that.
You really took it on. I think around that 25-metre mark, it seemed to lift another level. Was that the little plan in your mind? What are you thinking about through that middle section of the 50 butterfly, even if you have time to think?
Well, this morning, between the 25 and the 35, I thought to myself, kick it up a gear. And to me, that says that I wasn't going fast enough to begin with. So tonight, diving in, I put it all out there straight away. And even when I got to the 35, I was going so fast, but I thought, come on, let's go some more.
Amazing, amazing. And then now we've got 2 more qualifiers under that qualifying time, so a really big lift in our women's butterfly at this stage. It must be quite almost a proud moment to help other athletes be getting into that zone.
I think it's so cool that we've got 3 women under there now. It's fantastic. And hopefully soon someone can join me under 26.
Yeah, that'll be good. Congratulations, Hazel Alwahan, national champion. Thank you. We'll grab a quick chat with Zoe Pedersen, a New Zealand 18-year-old age group record and also a world senior qualifying time. Zoe, tell us a little bit about how you're feeling.
I'm so happy. I mean, I knew I could do it, but I was a bit nervous before, so I'm really happy I could calm myself down and really work on what I had to work on.
You've been working obviously on freestyle and butterfly. Is there a lot of fly that you've been doing, or has it just come off of just racing a lot? You went to the Aussie age groups. Do you think that's been a big part around your preparation for this meet?
A lot more sprint fly, which has really helped work on my explosive speed, especially for the 50.
And at the Coast Swim Club, obviously getting the likes of having Laura around. Obviously, Helene is now retired. You're taking on that almost a leadership role in the butterfly over from her. Great to have mentors around like Michael West and John Gatfield as your coaches.
Yeah, it's so cool. We're so lucky at Coast to have who we've got, and it's just amazing.
Awesome job. So let's give it another hand for our athletes in that women's 50 metres butterfly.
And we move now to our finalists in event 116, the multi-class 50-metre butterfly for women. In lane 2 from Whanganui Swim Club, Charlotte Rosen. In lane 3 from Whanganui, Lily Fox-Mason. In lane 4 from Matamata, Riley Sayer. In 5 from Vikings, Gabriella Smith. 6 from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Amy Van Aert. And 7 from Aquagym, Charlotte Murphy. And they are underway. A couple of national records to look out for in this race. Charlotte Murphy of Aquagym this morning, a 54.37. She holds the S6 national record currently at 53.54. Gabby Smith in the S10 category at 28.38. That's a tough record to be chasing. She's currently looking really good, trying to improve on that time of 33.55. She's in good form this week so far, 32.63. Lily Fox-Mason, 33.6 as well, all going under those times from this morning. Riley Sayer, 37.36.
And that is once again under the world para qualification standard for Riley Sayer. Let's give her a round of applause for qualifying for the world para champs later on in the year.
And Charlotte Murphy in the lane 7 has just taken out the national record in the 50-metre butterfly, beating the 53.54. Just inching under that for the S6 category.
Some great swims there by our multi-class athletes. We'll wait for the official results and see how they stack up against each other on the point score. And we'll grab a chat with our winner.
Yeah, and as we look at the replay there, Gabby Smith having a really good meet so far. Great stroke rate, that S10 category. Her and Lily Fox both competing against each other. So much of that 50 butterfly coming down to that finish. As we have the final results, Riley Sayer of Matamata Swim Club takes out the gold. Gabby Smith from Viking second, and Lily Fox the third place.
Riley, national champion in the 50-metre butterfly, faster than this morning. a world para qualification standard. You really happy with that swim?
Yeah, very happy. I just can't really believe that I've come this far in such a short time, so really, really happy.
That must be due to the great coach you have as well. Graham, he's obviously pushing you pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good to hear, and you must be excited about what's coming the rest of the year. You think you're going to try and train even harder now, faster. What's your little mindset going into travelling away with the New Zealand team?
I definitely think the goal is definitely get top 10, if that would be nice, or even make into a final. I hope anything at this point. Just qualifying for Worlds is just pretty amazing for me right now.
That's amazing. Our national champion in the multi-class 50 butterfly, Riley Sayer.
And we move now to event 25, the 50-metre butterfly for men. Our C finalists are behind the blocks. Your C final, lane 1, Orlando Hardy, 2, William Campbell, 3, Cockatoo Frost, 4, McAllister Clark, 5, Hugo Rothel, 6, Mohamed Massad, 7, Henry Williams, and 8, Jacob Humphreys. There's some absolute big boys in this race, and they can fly down the pool in the 50-metre butterfly. Hard to tell them apart right now. It looks like the edge may be going to lane 3's Cockatoo Frost.
McAllister Clark takes the touch there, 25.36 from the North Shore Club. A great touch on the wall there after an early lead by the Samoan international athletes and the Otaki Titans stalwart.
Yeah, and as we always talk about that 50 butterfly, all coming on in different stroke timing, some just getting that, rely on those longer arms to get them quite to that wall first, or just timing that, really trying to plan that finish from 5 to 10 metres out so they can get it absolutely perfect there right at the end.
As we head now to our 17 and 18-year-old age group final. In 1 from Tahiti, Enzo Kunaivanen. In 2, Manaya Tererud Aitai Tahiti. In 3, Noah Island Spicer Otaki Titan Swimming. In 4, Hamish Inwood Triton Swim Club. In 5, Roscoe Swimming Club Daniel Creating. In 6, Neo Ulrich St. Paul Swimming. 7, Alexander Willis Icebreaker Aquatics. And in lane 8 from Porirua City Aquatics, Eric Yuan.
Yeah, a lot to look for in this race so far. We've been blessed with a lot of very, very close 50-metre freestyle, 50-metre butterflies, sorry. Lane 6, Neo Ulrich of St. Paul's took that 15 metres right to the edge, and he's currently about a head and shoulders ahead of the field as they come past us here at the commentary desk, but the field is closing in. Lane 4, Hamish Inwood of Trident, a couple of breaths there to spot the wall, and it will be Hamish Inwood, 25.35. 0.04 of a second over Neo Ulrich. In second place, Daniel Cretig takes out the bronze in that 17 to 18-year-old final.
Comes down to the touch sometimes in these sprint events. You've got to make it perfect.
Yeah, and sometimes even there, maybe just how fast you're hitting that wall. Not always about the touch, it's about how hard you can hit that wall. And it looked like Hamish Inwood really had that power behind him on the final touch. Not much in it at all looking at that replay.
And there's our official results on the board of our 17 and 18 age group final. We move now to the 50 butterfly for men A final. In lane 1 from the Coast Swimming Club, Sam Kenny. In 2 from Coast Swimming Club, Jasper Cornish. In 3, Caleb Carlisle, Napier Aquahawks. In 4 from Club 37, Jack Hendy. In 5 from Coast Swimming Club, Cameron Gray. In 6 from Coast Swimming Club, Fergus Eadie. In 7, Blake Elliott, Pukekohe Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Ryan Peck, Club 37. A clean start here in the men's 50-metre butterfly. Let's see who utilises that 15-metre line. We know Cameron Gray, the Commonwealth Games medalist, has always got a good one in him. Jack Hendy pushed hard this morning to take the lane 4. It's these two in the middle of the pool. It looks to be Jack Hendy at the moment, but it could come down to the touch. It is Cameron Gray, 23.83. He takes the win from lane 5. Jack Hendy close behind in 23.95, a little bit faster. That's another personal best.
Yeah, obviously a great start. Cameron Gray loves his underwaters, way deeper than anyone else there on that start. Gets down, gets into his work early on with those big, strong butterfly kicks. And it was around here 10 metres to go. It looked like Jack Hendy had potentially inched his way back in front, but those big long arms of Cameron Gray timing that finish just right. Could not be much closer than that on that replay. 23.9, I believe it was. 23.8, sorry, to take out the gold medal here. Jack Hendy, 23.95, and Caleb Carlisle continuing his impressive meet with a 24.39. To round out the medals here for our men's 50-metre butterfly.
Let's not forget the 17, 18-year-old age group. A gold medal won potentially there by Jasper Cornish. Cam, congratulations. 50-metre butterfly national title. That was a close one. What do you think it came down to there?
I think it just came down to the touch, really. To be honest, pretty close at the end.
After this morning's swim, was that, planned to go that time this morning, or you wanted to go a bit faster? What was kind of that sort of going through your mind? You always know you've got a 23 sitting in your repertoire in that 50 fly?
Yeah, I got a flat tyre on the way to the pool this morning, and I got a flat tyre in the swim as well, so it was pretty good to dip back under tonight.
Well, congratulations, Cam, 50 butterfly national champion.
And we move now to our final of event 117, the multi-class 50-metre butterfly for men. In lane 1 from Aquagym, Matthew Kofod. In lane 2 from Sumuroturua, Bailey Conlon. In 3 from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Joel Watkins. In 4 from North Shore, Asher Smith-Franklin. In 5 from Selwyn, Finn Russ. In 6 from Coast, Josh Wilmer. And in lane 7 from Otaki Titans, Lucas Robbins.
A great swim this morning by Asher Smith-Franklin to break the national record. We know he loves to be aggressive in these butterfly events, and look at him go down this first 25.
Yeah, we saw him do it in the 100 butterfly, broke that record in the morning and somehow finds that way to go a little bit faster here at night as well, and he's flying down the pool. Love his stroke rate, love his body position over this 50, and he's timed that finish to perfection, 26:45. He brings down that national record by another 0.4 of a second.
Some really great swims across the board there in that multi-class male 50 fly. Here poolside, as we look at our scoreboard, all green lights. That means they've all gone faster than this morning. An unbelievable swim once again, the perfect touch by Asher Smith-Franklin. And another New Zealand record for the S14 classification. And there's the official results. Asher Smith-Franklin taking the gold medal, Finn Rust the silver, and Joel Watkins the bronze.
And I'm here with our national champion, Asher Smith-Franklin. Asher, congratulations. Again, 2 butterfly races, 2 national records. You keep getting faster. What have you been working on in butterfly to keep getting so fast?
A lot of underwaters. Every time in training, when it comes to short course or long course, try to get close to 10 meters as many times as I can till my breath can't hold it anymore. So yeah, it's worked hard.
Perfect, and obviously moving forward, more races this week. Any more national records on the horizon for you, do you think?
Maybe a 50 breast and maybe 2 IM. We'll find out.
We will find out. Well, congratulations, Asher. All the best.
We'll head now to a short break before we're back with our 4x200 freestyle relays. Welcome back to session 6. We head now to our relays for the evening. Event 26, the 4x200 meter freestyle for women. In lane 4, North Shore Swimming Club. And in lane 5, Coast Swimming Club. Two teams in this relay final this evening. They've been going at each other in the other relays the last 2 final sessions. North Shore and Coast Swim Club. Leading off the Coast team, Eve Thomas, earlier this evening. Getting that 400 meter freestyle World Aquatics A time and the 2nd position.
Yeah, and this 4x200 meter freestyle relay, a very prominent and strong relay for us here in New Zealand. Obviously, 4 of those girls making the Olympic final last year. Caitlin Deans, Eve Thomas, Erica Fairweather, all here racing this week. And we'll be looking at some splits here through this relay, a really good opportunity to see if some of these swimmers can make that relay team again to go to Singapore later this year. The qualifying standard for that relay a little bit different. All 4 swimmers needing to go under the standard. So those girls looking for a split of 1:59.41 to be able to get all 4 girls on that team.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. So, we've still got the 200 freestyle individual event to go. I'm looking forward to that one. In this, the 400 and the 800, we had Eve, Caitlin, Erica making that A standards. We know Milana Tepper wants to target that 200. She won the 100-metre freestyle, so it's going to be some good racing. But it's Coast Swim Club here at the 200-metre mark with Eve Thomas. Handing over to Zoe Crawford, normally a scorpion diver, but that looks pretty clean for her. 2:02.44 for Eve Thomas. A solid start for the Coast Club. And for North Shore, that looks to be Chelsea Edwards chasing down Zoe Crawford.
Yeah, and as well, Chelsea Edwards, Summer Osborne, 2 girls that'll fancy themselves over a 200-metre distance, and I think it's one of those really good things to see. Having those 4 girls, that relay team at Paris and the final at World Champs last year has done a great job to really promoting the 200 freestyle here for the women in New Zealand, which is what you want to see. Once there's 4 spots available, that competition really grows in behind it, and I think we're starting to see as we get more and more girls inching towards that 2-minute barrier, consistently getting 3 or 4 girls in that 1:59 range is really, really good for the sport.
To be Olympic finalists is no mean feat for our females. That was a great race to be able to watch last year at the Paris Olympics, and for them to be in the final, pretty special. Coast Swimming Club still holding on to the lead here. Zoe Crawford over Chelsea Edwards. Chelsea Edwards has been on the verge of breaking into that team as well, so she's really hunting down here. Noting after this, North Shore still have Summer Osborne, as you mentioned, and finishing off with Erica Fairweather. Not a bad-looking team there.
Yeah, and as we were talking about before, obviously 1:59.41 is the splits we are looking for. Chelsea Edwards went through that first 100 on our screens, 56.0. So Chelsea Edwards is flying down that 100. And again, those on the selection, the splits do count as relay qualifying legs as well. So if she's going to be in here faster than a 1:03 back, she's putting herself in a really good position here tonight and going to make those selectors stand up and watch.
Chelsea Edwards coming now to hand over to Summer Osborne. That's a great second leg from the North Shore athlete. A gliding finish there for a 4:11.00 at the 400 mark. Summer Osborne into the water. Zoe Pedersen, who's just not that long ago just made her first senior team, the World Aquatics, in that 50 butterfly. So good to see her backing up for her teammates here at the Coast Swim Club.
Yeah, and look at that last split. Chelsea Edwards 2:00.84 there through that 200. So again, as you said, we've got the individual 200 coming up later in the program this week. So I think that's going to be a very, very competitive race, and we're seeing that here tonight once we throw in a few more of those clubs.
Yeah, I think what's happening this week, as soon as we get into these finals, the racing is bringing out the best in our athletes, as we've seen tonight. Some great personal bests across all our events this evening. Lane 4, Summer Osborne leading here for the North Shore Club. Zoe Pedersen not too far behind. Good to see her, a 50 butterfly specialist. Some may call it out in here doing a 200 freestyle. Great for a young athlete to keep doing that as she progresses into the senior ranks. I'm sure their coaches are thinking about team points here as well for the overall club points. That's why they're here doing this.
Yeah, and famously the 4x200, not a popular relay at championships. Tough to find people willing to throw that extra 200-metre freestyle in at the end of a session. But, you know, Steve, probably a relay that has a bit of a soft spot in your heart. You've swum some big 200 freestyles on these relays before. It is a fun one, and, you know, it'd be great to see more getting involved.
Let's start putting it at the start of the session and then see who does it, Matt. But we hand over now to Erica Fairweather. Not a bad person to hand over to for the last leg. Milan Glenmire into the water for Coast Swimming Club as well. So really great to see our top athletes through the junior and senior ranks racing for their clubs.
Yeah, and a bit of a long night for Erica, starting with that 400 free earlier tonight, having to hold that through here to this 200. So we'll see what sort of speed she's putting down, or if not, maybe she's just out to swim a relay, get a nice comfortable 200 and make sure that she can bring North Shore home here for a good win for the team. As I say, that Erica out and at 28.7 over that first 50, looking nice and smooth, nice and relaxed. Such a well put together stroke, never looks like it's working too hard. No deviation from that straight line. Head stays nice and still. Hands entering the water right out in front of the head where she wants to be. And I think she might just be out there making sure she gets North Shore home comfortably for this race.
It'd almost be more fun if she slowed down, let Milan catch up and we had a sprint finish again, but I'm sure she's keeping it safe for the North Shore Club here as they work towards trying to win back to top club point score off the Coast Swim Club, who's had that title the last couple of years. Into the last 50 metres now of this women's 4x200 freestyle relay.
Yeah, and it will be Erica Fairweather bringing home that North Shore team. They're going to take this one out comfortably. As Erica comes into the last 5 metres of the race, it will be North Shore 8:20.64 to take out our women's 800-metre freestyle relay, and the second place goes to Coast.
Erica Fairweather, a nice touch on the wall. Effortless swimming there from the North Shore athlete. Moved up from the Neptune Club to win that relay with her teammates. 8:20.64 and the Coast Swim Club 8:30.83. Matt will grab a quick chat, and I believe we have a special birthday this evening.
And I'm here with the winning North Shore team. We'll go down the line a little bit. Summer, first of all, Birdie tells me it is your birthday. What a better way to spend your 20th birthday than taking out the national title in the relay?
I mean, who doesn't want to be doing a 4x200 at 8:30 at night? I don't know who wouldn't, but I had a really good time with the girls, and I'm glad of the team we're building at North Shore, and we're just going to keep growing from here.
Perfect. And obviously, you know, the relay at the end of the night, taking it out really hard in that first 100. How did that feel, Chelsea?
Oh, yeah, well, I definitely felt it at the end. Been doing heaps of sprints. Obviously, the 1,500 have already been, so 200's a bit of a different beast. But, yeah, it was fun with the girls.
Perfect. And that is us from the North Shore team. Congratulations again on the national title.
We move now to event 27, the men's 4x200 freestyle relay. Good to see. We will have 5 teams in lane 2, Tahiti. In lane 3, Coast Swimming Club B team. In lane 4, Coast Swimming Club A team. In lane 5, North Shore Swimming Club. And in lane 6, St. Paul Swimming Club. A mix of youth and experience in this lead-off of this 4x200 free. We have swimming out of the Coast Club, Cameron Gray in lane 4. Next to him, the 13-year-old Grayson Coulter from the North Shore Club. So great to have some of our younger athletes racing our most experienced.
Yeah, and Grayson Coulter had a phenomenal national age groups earlier this year, really threw down some fantastic times across many races. We'll be keeping an eye on his national age group record if he can go close to that. Cameron Gray, also back in the day, a very strong 200-metre freestyler in his teenage years, so he'll be looking to put down a good time. 51.7, looking very strong, very relaxed there through that first 100 metres, setting up this Coast team well. Grayson Coulter threw in a 53.4.
Cameron Gray powering through this third 50. Once again, great to see our senior athletes representing their club teams here tonight in this 4x200 freestyle relay. He's at the 150 mark. Let's see if he can hang on here. He'll be making sure he stays ahead of Grayson Coulter. I'm sure the 13-year-old heading for a national record.
And as well, Igor Rozanov there in lane 3 having a really good swim. We've seen him take a couple of world junior times already this week. That 200 freestyle time for that.
Cameron Gray coming in here. 150.12. Igor Rozanov 153.3 and 155.3 for Grayson Coulter into the water for the Coast Swim Club. The 400-metre champion, Brendan Visser. For Coast, Liam Curling and Louis Clark in the second position for the North Shore team. Look for him to come through.
Yeah, I think Louis Clark lives for these kind of things. If you've ever met the guy, he loves a relay swim. He gets hyped for them. You know, being a distance swimmer, you don't get too many chances to get on those relays, so he loves a chance to get in there, race a couple of these other guys from Auckland, and even put a little bit of a chase on as well. So he'll be doing his best to claw North Shore back into that second position. He'll have his work cut out for him catching Brendan Visser. We saw them go head-to-head in that 400 earlier tonight.
Good holding position here by the 15-year-old Liam Curling from the Coast B team. Having a pretty decent swim in lane 3, holding off Louis Clark for now. Brendan Visser, we know he's aggressive through certain parts. There's no way he'll want Louis Clark to get anywhere near him in this 200-metre time.
Yeah, and all three of those swimmers there on screen through that first 100 in under 55 seconds. The fastest, Liam Curling, the 15-year-old, 54.70, so he's doing his best to hold off Louis Clark, but it looks like perhaps Louis has made a bit of a move here over that third 50.
Here he comes, Louis Clark, the big fella in lane 5 for the North Shore Club. Got past the 15-year-old on this last 50. Brendan Visser holding on to first position. Hands over to Lan Hamlin-O. And for the North Shore Club, Samuel Poching. And into the water for the B team of Coast, Alex Sanford.
Yeah, and Louis Clark done a great job there. Splits a 150.164 to gain that almost 3 seconds there on Brendan Visser, who's 154.5, an impressive swim, but Louis has put North Shore right back in this race. And it's one of those things in the 8, this 4x2, so easy to get excited. Maybe you see that team just slightly in front of you and you want to go that little bit harder, but so important to remember the race plan of the actual 200. It's pretty hard to sprint a whole 200, so you've got to stay controlled, got to stay focused and disciplined through that first 100. Don't let the moment overtake you.
Sometimes that excitement can get the better of us. Matthew, I'm sure we've both made that mistake in our past. But it is Lan Hamlin-O holding on to this first position here. Samuel Poching, the backstroker, hanging on to second over another 15-year-old from the Coast Swim Club, Alex Sanford. So great to have Coast Swim Club there, building up their team once again for future years with these 15-year-olds. Same with North Shore with Grayson Coulter. We hope to see them for another 10 or more years amongst this national championships.
Yeah, and absolutely. At the moment, Lane Hamlin, obviously the distance specialist, it's going to be pretty hard to chase him down over the back half of a race. But Sam Poaching doing a great job there, about a second behind on his split to Lane Hamlin, but that gap is closing ever so slightly. You've seen bigger gaps close in this relay before. He hands over to Sam Brown. Pretty safe hands there for Coast, but we will see how this race looks. Blair Helms from North Shore enters the water.
Oscar Greenwood into the water for Coast B team. But yeah, nothing better than having some experience at the back end of your relay. Sam Brown, Blair Helms. A little battle there, both 400 IMers in their own right, so know how to finish off races.
Yeah, and sometimes, it depends on the kind of relay swimmer you are. Sometimes being the last leg of the 800 free relay, a little bit tough. The race is all spread out, swimmers all over the place, kind of throws off your pacing, whereas if you're in that first or second leg, you kind of have a bit more of a crowd around you. It helps really push you through that race. So the position both of these swimmers in can be difficult. Sam Brown just trying to make sure he can swim his race strategy, but making sure he knows where those swimmers behind him are. And Blair Helms obviously knows what he's got to do to catch up.
Coast Swimming Club holding this lead nice and tight here. Sam Brown with 75 metres to swim. Coast B holding on to the bronze medal position as well. Men's 4x200 relay, 50 metres to swim for Sam Brown from the Coast Swim Club. A good turn there from the Coast athlete. Blair Helms holding on to second. "25 metres left for the Coast Club now. Looks like they'll be taking out the national title in this 4x200. And there it is. Sam Brown finishes for the Coast Swim Club in first position, 7:35.33. And the North Shore Club in the silver medal position, 7:41.46. The role reversal from the female race. And in third place, the Coast B team, 7:50.51. St. Paul's finishing. Great to have them a part of this event. 8:06.83, and our Tahiti visitors 8:14.80. A good finish there by the Coast Swim Club, set up by Cameron Gray. And the official results, always got to check those. Never want any DQs to pop in when there's only 5 in the race. All fine and safe there in that one. And Matt will grab a quick chat with the Coast A team.
And I'm down here with some of the Coast team. The rest of the Coast team is closing out behind us. We'll start with Brendan coming in here after that great 400 at the start of the night, having to bookend it with a 200. How do we go about balancing that out throughout the night?
Oh man, that really hurt. On that third 50, my legs and my arms just couldn't move. I could feel the lactate just sitting there. Tried to bring it home on the 450 though, which I thought I did pretty well.
And Lan kind of holding it down for the Coast distance crew here, coming down to that 200 freestyle. Feel nice to be in that relay, getting a good swim there against the likes of those other teams.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good to be in a relay, especially to be with 3 of the best 200 freestylers in the country. I just can't beat it.
And Sam, get the glory leg at the end of the day. Must be nice to touch, be able to turn around, celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, I had the easy job. These boys did all the work. It was a pretty nutty 200 free from Cam, so pretty proud of the boys.
Yeah, moving on to that, Cam, it's been a while since we've seen you do a 200 freestyle. How was that last 80 metres?
Oh, yeah, I started swimming through mud at about 125 metres, so I'm sure you know all about it.
No, fantastic. Great swim by all of you guys. Congratulations again, Coast, for the national title.
Thanks, Matt. And that is the end of our session. We'll ask and give a big thank you to our technical officials. Can you please leave the poolside? Thank you very much. We'll move now to a quick break before me and Matt recap that big final session we've just had. Matt, what a great evening of swimming we've had. It started back at 10 to 6 with the women's 400-metre freestyle. Erica Fairweather getting under that world standard. Also Eve Thomas, also Caitlin Deans, but in terms of selection purposes, two can do the race. So it's great to see Eve getting one back over Caitlin after that 800.
Yeah, absolutely. Really kicked off what ended up being quite an exciting night of racing. Lots of head-to-head. Almost seems like we had a handful of races decided within those splits of a second, and it started off here. Yeah, the battle of those distance girls, Eve and Caitlin, doing a great job, and great to see the form that Erica's in, putting down that 4:03, heading into World Champs later this year.
Yeah, and also Alyssa Tapper in that race, getting under that World Junior qualifying standard. We then moved to the men's race, and oh man, that was a special one. Brendan Visser taking on the 1500-metre champion Louis Clark. That took a little bit of guts. He was hoping for a 3:56, comes away with a 3:54 personal best. That was a great swim.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, you aim for this for so long that you kind of forget that there's distance past it, and, probably helped that he had Louis Clark sitting right on his shoulder, right on his hip that whole race. A really, really great battle as we see that replay again there. Even then, looking at that, Louis Clark was closing distance. If there was 5 more metres in that pool, who knows what could have happened.
Yeah, then we moved into some multi-class 400. That was some great racing as well. The 100 backstroke female, a special race there by our coast athletes taking the dual gold medal. Amber George, Milan Glenmeyer. That was a great finish by Amber in that race.
Yeah, no, great to see. First of all, Milan Glenmeyer, still young, still doing really well, inching closer and closer to that minute barrier. And I think as well, showing how far Amber George has come in that last 12 months to be in the hunt. Both those girls nearing that national record that stood since 2009 and almost taking that FINA A time.
Yeah, Milan Glenmeyer's looking good for her towards that World Junior Champs. Almost 2 full seconds under the qualifying standard there, the 16-year-old. Then into the men's 100 backstroke. Kane follows. He produced another good swim, brought it home in that second 50 over Zach Dell. So that was pretty cool. Once again, some really tight racing.
Yeah, absolutely. His big race was last night, that 200 backstroke. So coming out there, wanting to see what he can do. As he says, he feels like he's still improving even into his late 20s. So we're seeing it there. Zach Dell did a great job getting out in that first 50, but Kane follows had just enough there in the back end.
Yeah, then the multi-class 50 backstroke, Cameron Leslie didn't get the win tonight, but gets that World Para qualification standard, which was always great for our legend of para swimming to keep achieving, and for him to be able to keep representing New Zealand on the world stage later on the year is always good to see. After a short break, we moved to the 200 breaststroke. And wow, that was a special swim from Monique Wierzowski in her last 50. Wow, that was a special one.
Yeah, and I think between the men's and the women's 200 breaststrokes, you sort of had, complete bookends of race styles. You had Harder Hughes took it out in that 29-second. Monique Wierzowski, it was almost that sprint at the back half that race, finished it. And as I said during the race, she's a 50 specialist. She obviously backs herself in a dead sprint, and she really showed that distance. I believe she was nearly 4 seconds faster than the rest of the field over that last 50.
Interesting to see both in the male and the female, the 50-metre winners are now both the 200-metre winners as well. So congratulations to both Monique and Hada in the breaststroke events. On to then the 50 butterfly final, and whoa, that female race was an epic one. We had In first place, Hazel Hourhand, a New Zealand Open record, followed closely behind with Zoe Pedersen, an 18-year-old age group record and a senior world champs qualifying time, and Laura Quilter in third place, getting under that standard as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of those races we find we have 3 people go into the qualifying time again, and you know, so it's unfortunate that someone has to miss out. But you know, fantastic swim by Hazel, nearly taking half a second off her own national record there over a 50 metres.
Yeah, that was something special in the 50-metre butterfly for the men. Cameron Gray used his experience to come through over Jack Hendy there to take that win as well. And then we made our way to the multi-class 50 fly, where Asher Smith-Franklin breaks another New Zealand record in that event. He keeps getting faster, heat to finals every time. That was also, once again, just another special race, and so good on the skills.
Yeah, and absolutely, as he says, been working a lot on that underwater kick, and that underwater kick comes into it real handy, even over top, and that butterfly, such a powerful kick, really, really fast there as well. So, no, he's in really good form.
Yeah, we finished off with the relays tonight, the 4x200 freestyle. Coast winning the men and North Shore winning the females. So a great night, session 6. Wow, there was some special racing on that we had as we move now into a short break before we get into our medal ceremonies.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Welcome back to the National Aquatics Centre here in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, for the remaining medal ceremonies here for session number 6 finals. We start with our medals for the women's 200-metre breaststroke. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists now. The bronze medal from North Shore, Grace Jermson. And our medals today handed out by Graham Hill, our lead head coach for the New Zealand Olympics, and North Shore club coach. The silver medal from Phoenix Aquatics, Jasmine Lyles. And the gold medal from North Shore, Monique Wierzowski. Our open medalists now for the women's 200-metre breaststroke, the bronze from North Shore, Melissa Cowan. The silver medal from Coast, Zylika Pratt-Smith. And the gold medal from North Shore, Monique Wierzowski. Moving now to the medals for event 23, the men's 200-metre breaststroke. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists. In the bronze medal from Porirua City Aquatics, Joseph Ryer. Your silver medal from North Shore, Nicholas Cowan. The gold medal from Roscoe, Kevin Zhang. And the visitors' gold from Mount Eden Swimming, Jacob Story. Your open medalist for the men's 200-metre breaststroke, the bronze goes to Kevin Zhang, Roskill Swimming Club. The silver medal from North Shore, Blair Helms. The visitors' silver from Mount Eden, Jacob Story. And your gold medalist from Coast, Hada Hughes. Medals now for event 24, the 50-metre butterfly for women. Your 17 and 18-year-old medalists. The bronze from Hamilton Aquatics, Chloe Peters. The silver from North Shore, Amelia Bray. And the gold in a new 18-year-old national age group record from Coast, Zoe Peterson. The medals now for the open 50-metre butterfly. The bronze from Coast, Laura Quilter. The silver medal from Coast, Zoe Peterson. Her time also achieving a qualifying standard for the World Aquatic Championships. And the gold medal from Phoenix, Hazel Hourhand, in a new open national record. Moving now to the medalists for event 116, the multi-class 50-metre butterfly for women. The bronze from Whanganui, Lily Fox-Mason. The silver medal from Vikings, Gabriella Smith. And the gold medal from Matamata Swim Club, Riley Sayer. Medals now for the men's 50-metre butterfly. The 17 and 18-year-old medalists, the bronze from St. Paul's, Neo Orrick. The silver from Triton, Hamish Inwood. And the gold medal from Coast, Jasper Cornish. Your open medalists now for the men's 50-metre butterfly. The bronze medal from Napier Aquahawks, Caleb Carlisle. The silver medal from Club 37, Jack Hendy. And the gold medal from Coast, Cameron Gray. Medals now for event 117, the multi-class 50-metre butterfly for men. Your bronze medalist from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Joel Watkins. The silver medal from Selwyn, Finn Russ. And the gold medal from North Shore, Asher Smith-Franklin. And a new S14 national record time. Medals now for event 26, the women's 4x200 metre freestyle relay. The silver medal goes to Coast Swim Club. Eve Thomas, Zoe Crawford, Zoe Peterson and Milan Glitmeyer. And the gold medal goes to North Shore. Kezia Busini, Chelsea Edwards, Summer Osborne and Erica Fairweather. Move now to the medals for event 27, the men's 4x200 freestyle relay. Your bronze medalists, Coast Swimming Club B. Igor Rusinov, Liam Curling, Alex Sanford and Oscar Greenwood. Your silver medalist, North Shore. Grayson Coulter, Louis Clark, Samuel Pooching and Blair Helms. And the gold medal goes to Coast Swim Club A. Cameron Gray, Brendan Visser, Lan Hamlin O and Sam Brown.
Thank you to Graham Hill there from the North Shore and Swimming New Zealand head coach for presenting those medals.
That is session 6, day 3 completed here at the 2025 Apollo Projects New Zealand Swimming Championships. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for day 4, session 7 in the morning. We'll have the 200 butterfly, 50 breaststroke, 100 breaststroke, 100 freestyle, multi-class, 200 freestyle, live from 8:55 here at the National Aquatic Centre. See you then.